First, there was aggressive trivia, then came unfair trivia. This week, Joseph brings the subjective trivia to the class.
Oh, it's time for class.
Class is in session!
Roll call! Bueller.
I'm gonna be late for class.
Bueller.
Am I hallucinating here? Just what in the hell do you think you're doing?
I'm late for class.
You are mine now. You belong to me.
Did you study for the test?
No more complaining. No more Mr. Kimble to go to the bathroom. Nothing. There is no bathroom.
Hello, classmates, and welcome to another episode of Middle Class Film Class. I'm your host for today, Pete.
I'm Tyler.
I'm Joseph.
And we have a dynamite show for you today. Welcome to everyone on YouTube Live joining us in the chat and otherwise on YouTube. And of course, all the OG audio-only classmates listening still in podcast land. What's up, fellas?
Hi.
What's up?
Tyler, you look like you're on ready to go to like a lowrider show.
A what?
Lowrider show. Flannel buttoned all the way to the top.
All the way to the top.
That's just how I wear my flannels.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I used to not do that, but I think it looks cooler.
Oh, okay. You should do just the top and then leave the rest unbuttoned, like a proper cholo.
Yeah, I did do that for a hot minute there when I was a teenager.
Is that appropriation?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Well, I have a little Mexican in me, so
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Oh, where is he?
What?
Where is he? What? Is that true though? Is that actually true?
Yeah, my mom's father is Mexican.
Really?
Full blood Mexican.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
So then you don't have a little, you have a quarter.
I guess. I mean,
Yeah, because your mom would be half Mexican, right? Your mom's half Mexican?
Mom's half Mexican?
Yeah.
Jamie, weigh in on this, please. I know you listen.
No, she's proud of it. She always
She's half Mexican.
She will always say
Half Mexican.
Yeah.
Half.
She's white presenting.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm like quarter Spanish.
Well,
but Spanish is very different than
My
Mexican.
grandmother is Swedish,
mine
and
too.
my grandfather is Mexican.
Oh, okay.
So
Oh. Goes all the way to the top, like that
all
button.
the way to the top. So is it appropriation? I don't know. Maybe our Mexican listeners can weigh in on this.
I'm offended. I'm not even Mexican.
By buttoning up one button on the flannel?
Yes. It's also those Adidas shell toes you're wearing. The freshly pressed Dickies.
Oh, yeah.
Those are Ben Davis pants.
Well, yeah.
You had baggy shorts that went all the way down to like
To the ankles.
to the ankle and the tall white socks.
Yeah, I'm slowly converting into an LAite.
Los Angelian.
Los Angelian.
Is that what they call it?
Yeah.
I think so.
I don't know.
Angelinos. I think
Yeah.
that's what it is. Angelinos. What's up, Bruce? Bruce is in the chat. Hi, Bruce.
Hi, Bruce.
But yeah, you realize it's like 90 degrees out. It's going to be 90 degrees out today.
Yeah, well, I mostly stay indoors, so I'm not worried about it.
Is it also hot indoors though?
A little bit, yeah.
Do you use?
Well, I only wear the flannel and then nothing. I basically Porky Pig it.
You're porky pigging with the
Yeah.
flannel.
Winnie the Pooh?
Yeah, Winnie Pooh.
By your own admission, you didn't use the heat during winter. Do you use the AC?
No. Well, actually, I did once, but that's because the landlord told me that I have to use it because if I don't use it, it's gonna break. So I turned it on once to my I don't know how to
To
say
your
it.
chagrin?
Chagrin. Yeah. I always mispronounce that word. But yeah.
I don't know what a chagrin is.
I don't either, but I know it's a negative adverb. Adjective.
Adverbs end in ly. Adjective.
It's a
Okay.
feeling.
It could.
Oh, right, well,
it could be a noun actually. My chagrin.
Yeah. I don't know.
I own the chagrin, much to my own chagrin.
I just know it's negative. So yeah, that's how I described it.
Bruce says Tyler is he's just repoing as a Suicidal Tendencies fan.
Yep, that is correct. That's
Or a Deftones fan. I feel like
it could be Deftones. But
do
then
that.
again, that's just
That's also
basically
Mexican
dressing like
fans.
Chino. Yeah.
I have no identity, so I just latch on to what I see on the internet.
No. Did you watch Be Quiet and Drive Far Away on the way over here? The music video.
No, but I did watch it a couple of days ago.
Oh, okay.
It's such a good song. I love it.
I made a music video in high school for Shove It.
Really?
Yeah,
That's
Me
sick.
and my friends. It was really fun.
That's awesome.
We recorded it in triple speed and playing along with it, and then slowed it down so we were playing along with like on the top of a hill. It was really fun.
Well, speaking of Mexicans and music videos, I was walking through Midtown last night, and there was a whole. I don't want to use the word gang, but there was there was a crowd of them. They were filming a music video.
Them?
Yeah.
Okay.
Them, they, thems. I didn't know who they were.
Yeah.
Filming a music video in an alleyway. by the heart of Midtown.
Did you go behind the camera guy and give him some like pointers? Like, oh, you're gonna do it like that?
No, but I was wearing a T-shirt that said "local filmmaker" on it.
Oh, that's funny.
But I was like, oh, they look like they're having fun.
Did it have the music for the song playing?
Yes, on like
What kind of
on a
song?
JBL.
What kind of music was it?
It was rap.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was like 10,
Local rap, the best kind.
yeah, 10 or 15 of them,
Yeah.
all like doing that sort of like local rap video type of energy, where they're just a crowd of them, and they're all just
there's, like-
behind the singer, and then the guy's rapping, and then, I mean, they had good lighting.
Good. I speaking of local rap, I had a friend of mine. I used to work with him at a shop in Davis when I worked in Davis, and he was his name was Sean Ye, and he went and his recording artist name was Ye.
Kanye East.
Yeah, before Kanye West changed his just name to Ye.
And then he was like, now what I'm going to do?
He's like, fuck. I'm the second most famous Ye.
I think it's pronounced Yee.
Is it Ye?
Yeah.
Oh, like Yeezus, like Yeezys?
Kanye West.
Kanye. So, anyways.
Actually, you know what? That kind of makes sense. Why is it? I've only heard it pronounced
Yee?
Yee. No,
Yee?
now I'm saying yay.
Yee.
Yee.
So
Let me hear your yay.
the reason I brought Sean Ye up is I went to go see. I've seen a bunch of local rap before, and it's always the worst live. Yeah, I've always the worst live. Like you hear this album and you're like, okay, it's not bad, and then you see it live and you're like, they're just rapping over the track,
Yeah.
over the vocals. It's terrible. And I've seen some like actual like named rappers. Like I saw Pusha T, Ace of Spades one time, and he was just rapping over his own tracks. It was garbage.
Yeah.
But I saw Ye open for Twista at Ace of Spades, and he was the last act before, because they always had like 8 acts before those places, and most of the local rappers only have like 3 or 4 songs they'll perform. And so he was him and his I don't know if he doesn't record generally with a partner, but he had him and one other person on stage, and they were fucking legit, like actually good. Levels were good. It was over an instrumental track, not just the track from the album and stuff. And I'm like, this guy's good. And then Twista comes out and starts singing. Maybe it was Pusha T. I know they were both performing together at one point, but it was god awful, terrible,
Weird.
Yeah, I left after one song.
Yeah.
So, anyways, shout out to Ye. Thanks, buddy.
Yeah, well, they get a reputation. They're like, well, I don't have to try anymore.
Yeah, pretty much. And the twist, I think Pusha T had like 9 guys on stage. They were all thugged out, and every one of them looked like they were drunk or stoned and doing nothing, just wandering around with a bottle of Hennessy.
Wandering around the
Like on
stage.
stage. And I'm like, get off the stage. You're not doing anything. Get out of here.
Yeah.
What do you think this is? Mighty Mighty Boss Stones? You can have just the one guy that just skanks the whole time. So,
Was skanking.
anyways, we got some fun in store for the show, so let's get right to it.
Find some charity, ye lad. Now's the time for gab and chatter.
Gab and Chatter are movie news of the week, but no news this time. Joseph's coming back one more time to torment us with some new trivia.
Yes. Back again with trivia. You know, this trivia stuff, it's really just for me.
I like it, and so does the class.
Because news stories, you know, when there's like no news, like interesting news, I feel like I'm not having as much fun. And I like trivia. I
love trivia.
I like participating in trivia. I like giving trivia. And it's fun. And like I want to talk about like the fucking Darren Aronofsky perpetuating AI and like bullshit like that.
It's depressing, really.
Pushing my agenda for the day. Fuck AI.
I know.
Once again.
More AI. Just see that Gen 3 shit that Google's got? My God.
Yeah.
Our grandparents are cooked.
I know. But anyway, so yeah, trivia last week was Unfair Edition. That was fun. It was more of a bit than anything, with like half actually hard questions, but like unfairly hard questions. I just thought it would be funny. Yeah, and the last one was aggressive trivia before that. Also,
one was my favorite.
That one was for me.
That was more so you can cuss us out.
Yeah. Get my airing of grievances. This week, taking a different route. As you mentioned in the intro there, we're going to play MCFC Subjective Trivia.
All right.
Welcome to Trivia Subjective Edition. And I bet you're wondering, what does that mean? Subjective. Definition of subjective is like one's own opinion or like your point of view, right?
It's arguable.
Yes.
Okay.
It's not a fact.
Yeah.
So I'm going to ask you, I have 10 questions and a bonus question. So 11 questions. And I'm going to ask both you guys the same question, and each of you are going to give me a response.
Okay.
And I'm going to choose the one that I like the best.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So you have
So
to you have to convince me of your answer.
So this is almost like debate, speech and debate.
Sort of, yes.
All right, cool.
Yes. So,
Tyler, you're a formidable opponent. I wish you luck.
essay question. The best part of taking tests in school.
Sexual assault question.
Yeah, the essay questions.
Oh. Is
The
this sexual assault?
S.A. questions. Yes or no? Okay. First question, and some of these are kind of tailored to you or to you.
Okay.
As far as I know. First question: if Daniel Plainview, we all know who Daniel Plainview is, right?
Yes.
Okay. If Daniel Plainview was real and alive today, who would he have voted for in the 2024 election, and what industry would he dominate instead of the oil industry?
Instead of the oil industry?
Yes. Because he discovers oil when he's looking for silver, right?
You got it. Okay. Can you give us the thinking question?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Everyone wants to go first.
I gotta think first a little bit. I'm not just
Okay.
gonna
Sort of a
I'm just gonna
two-parter.
Shout my answer.
Who would you have voted for in the 2024 election to further his interests as an oil
And
as a
this is a
industry tycoon? And what industry would he dominate?
This is a modern day Daniel Plainview. Well,
Do we have to? Is it just Trump or Biden?
Kamala.
Or sorry,
Kamala.
Trump or Kamala?
Yeah.
well,
Is it just those two options?
yeah.
Yeah. What do you
Or,
think?
I mean,
like
unless
you want to go back to like the primary election?
Yeah. So the primaries. One of the candidates. He's like,
Okay. How about if I rephrase it as would he be Republican or Democrat?
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fine.
All right. Well,
That'll give you a more of an idea of who you would have voted for.
Okay.
I mean, based on my
ahead, Tyler, yeah.
based on my knowledge of the character itself, of himself, definitely Republican. And if it's modern day, he would have voted Trump, and I think he would be probably a like a special metals tycoon, like special minerals. You know, where they make the iPhone. What? They,
Oh, like
the
like you would.
silicone chips or whatever.
yeah.
okay.
I think he would have a really great time exploiting those people in the third world countries.
Okay.
Okay. Definitely a Trumper. But I'm gonna go with fracking. I mean,
Oh,
he's
but
still
that's
oil?
that's still oil.
No, it's not. Fracking's not for oil.
A gas, isn't it?
Oh, gas.
Fracking's for, I believe, gas. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gas. It's just a different type of drilling.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that makes
Interesting. Oh,
It's a risky answer. Well,
Well,
after
there we
question.
go. For 1 million points.
Okay. What is it?
Tyler
All right.
is, I feel like, the likely
Bruce says
path he would have taken.
Bruce says crypto. He would have voted for Trump and be a crypto bro.
Also likely. Both good answers,
Yeah.
but ultimately, I personally, that's why it's subjective. I
All right.
feel like
Very good. Okay.
Tyler had the better argument there.
I think this
Okay.
is the first time I've ever gotten 1 million points on your show.
Next question. For 2 million points.
2 million. All right, for 2 million.
Actually,
Okay.
Also for 1 million.
Okay.
Of the Fellowship of the Ring, of the Fellowship members,
Ooh.
who would tip the best and who was the most likely to dine and dash?
Tip the best, and who would dine and dash?
And if I'm going to answer first, and I have to,
Yeah.
because I'm going to say in this situation, can we not copy each other's answer? Because that would just mean a tie.
Yeah. Yeah, same. I agree with that. Yeah, you can't do that.
Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna say, of the Fellowship, tip the best. Samwise Gamgee, Dine and Dash, Peregrine Took.
Peregrine took.
Oh wait, those are two people. Okay.
The two people.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's-
who would tip the best and who would most likely to Dine and Dash.
All right. Well, you took one of my answers. I think he would.
Samwise is the easiest to latch on to
course.
for anything nice.
Of course.
Yeah.
I think that Legolas would tip the best or Aragorn because they have like unlimited wealth because of how old they are, so they probably wouldn't even care. They're just like, yeah, it's like that Arrested Development scene where she's like, how much a banana could cost? $8? So
It's a banana, Michael. How much could it cost?
yeah, so I think like they don't have like a perception.
Well, which
of-
one are you going with, Legolas or
Yeah,
Aragorn?
pick one.
Actually, yeah, I think I'll go with Aragorn being the best tipper because he's a man of honor. And then who would dine and dash? You know, strangely, I think Legolas would dine and dash
Okay,
Oh, okay.
Legolas.
because he's not a part like he just eats. He barely needs to eat food. So I feel like he would probably like take a little bit of bites and then he would just get up and walk out.
Okay.
Aragorn and Legolas for
Yeah.
you.
I say
All right.
Samwise and Peregrine took.
Well, I think that both of you are half wrong. And
But one of them,
Yes.
one of us has to be closer.
I think,
Or do we
I
both
think-
get 0 points?
I think you guys get 500,000 points
Each?
each.
Oh, okay.
All right.
I think that you were right about Samwise
Yes.
tipping the best. Anything nice, he's probably going to be the
Yeah.
the top.
Easy answer.
Yeah, but I think you were close with Legolas, and I think Bruce also gets 500,000 points. 'Cause I
All
think
right.
Gimli.
Can we get a correct answer for Bruce?
Gimli?
Hey, Bruce Berkey on the board.
Gimli would be the one to most
I almost said Gimli.
likely dine and
Yeah,
dash.
he's a little mischievous.
Gimli was my third option
Yeah,
behind Mary Doc Brandybuck.
I think that honestly, of the people who would not tip would be either like Legolas.
Legolas,
I think because they're rich, they wouldn't tip very well.
they don't see the value in it. They're
Yes.
like, I already paid you. Also, they're logic based.
That's
and
true.
tipping is not
Yeah.
logical.
That's a good point.
The American mind cannot comprehend.
Yes. Okay.
So 1,500,000 for Tyler.
Yeah,
We're both
500,000
tied.
for me,
And then 500,000 for Bruce. Good job, Bruce.
but he's got $1 million more.
Yeah, I got 1.5.
I'm tied with Bruce. Okay.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm tied with Bruce right now.
Oh, yeah, true.
I'm gonna keep track with the score.
Next question. What is Bruce Wayne's Taco Bell order?
Love it.
It's thought about you, Pete, when you
Yes.
when I wrote this question.
Thank you. I have a famous drunk party trick where I can, if you tell me your go-to, two things: your favorite Taco Bell order and what you actually order. I could tell you everything about yourself.
Wow.
Well, now that what you know about Bruce Wayne.
I have to be drunk though. I've never done it in reverse or sober.
Okay. Bruce Wayne's Taco Bell order. What's when he's pulling up in his
So distinction: favorite order or what he actually orders.
what he actually
Like
orders?
where he
I mean,
pulls
we're
up to
not.
a
That's
drive-
your delineation here.
I know, I'm just saying.
What is his order?
When he pulls up to the window, what does he order?
Yeah. What does he order? What is his go-to?
Well, this is a man of great wealth, so he's eating.
But he's not too good for Taco Bell.
He's eating fancy. I feel like if he's going to Taco Bell, it's out of desperation, or the sheer.
He pulls up in his tumbler.
Yeah.
And then-
The tumbler.
yeah.
I think he wouldn't know what to order, so he'd be like, "Could I get a taco and
A taco from
burrito?
Taco Bell. A taco and burrito.
Yeah.
But like, what specifically?
Just a taco and a burrito." He wouldn't know what to do with
But
himself
what menu?
with all the
What
menu items.
menu item?
A taco and a burrito. You can just get a
You
taco.
can just get a plain taco,
Yeah.
beef crunchy taco,
Yeah, beef
and a beef
crunchy
burrito.
taco.
Okay, we'll say that then.
Okay, beef crunchy taco and a
Oh,
beef
crunchy
burrito.
taco.
Tyler's the guy that goes to Starbucks and orders a coffee.
I'll take a coffee.
I'll have a coffee,
black.
Yeah.
You guys even sell that anymore?
I know.
No, I get my Starbucks order is
No, we're not talking Starbucks orders.
Okay, well,
You're gonna have to
anyway,
recycle this.
Okay, so
so he's getting a crunchy beef taco and a beef burrito because he's so overwhelmed by all the other menu items. He has no frame of reference because of how.
you're saying that this is his first time going to Taco Bell.
Right.
Oh, really? Okay.
I don't think
Wow,
he frequents the restaurant.
Wild take here.
A crunchy,
$1.12 worth of order.
crunchy beef taco and a burrito.
Yeah.
Crunchy, huh?
I'm only putting it in the context that it's out of like desperation.
No.
or
You
is
can't
it-
explain it. You can't explain it. It's his order.
Okay, yeah, okay. Well,
Oh,
I
that's it.
say the opposite. One of everything.
I'll have one of everything.
One of
The
everything.
Taco Bell wheel.
Yeah, the wheel. Order the wheel.
So he just orders everything.
Yeah. Taco Bell, can I help you? I'll take one of everything.
Yeah, but he's Bruce Wayne, not Batman.
Oh yeah. Okay. Oh, so Bruce Wayne would order one of everything.
take one of
Batman,
Now, what would Batman order?
the number 8, which is the Mexican pizza, two taco supremes, and a large Baja Blast Mountain Dew with cinnamon twist.
So Bruce Wayne would order what?
One
everything.
One of everything?
Yeah.
No drink?
Ooh, good question. Also one of everything.
One of every drink? Wait, separate drinks or all in one cup?
No, the idea for me, the idea behind this is that
He's so
he
rich.
doesn't. Well, for one, he's so rich he doesn't care. Also, as was established, he buys restaurants at will.
Yes.
And
And hotels.
he's like, "Sir, you can't do that." I think I can. I own the place. I just bought it. Here, stuff the check inside the drive-through person's breast pocket. But more really, if he's going through Taco Bell, he's got a party going. He's got friends back at the mansion, probably in the truck with him right now, stacked 3 deep in the passenger seat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Supermodels. So one of everything and a bunch of sodas.
Okay.
One of everything.
Okay. No drink for you, just the food.
Yeah, I think he would. Or
Glass of water.
I think he might. I mean, well, Taco Bell's a Pepsi restaurant, so he'd probably get a small Pepsi.
Small.
Yeah.
Okay. Too much sugar.
Well, he has to keep his figure.
Yeah. I mean, that's why he's going to Taco Bell. He's trying to bulk up.
Yeah.
What's up? What's up, Michael?
Okay.
Anchor outers in the chat.
Well, this could go either way, to be honest.
I wanted to make it hard for you, Joseph.
But I like the commitment that Pete gave into the Batman order, even though that wasn't the question.
Thank you.
All right. We're tied.
I don't think he would get a crunchy taco. He's a soft taco.
He's a soft taco guy.
If they had lobster thermidor, he would probably order that.
Yeah.
Like
If he had a shrimp Louis, he would.
Bruce says Crunchwrap Supreme, and he'd also dad joke Taco Cat. Taco Cat backwards is Taco Cat.
Okay.
I like that this is the Lego Batman in my head. How many points was that, by the way?
Million points.
Million? Okay, cool. So now we're tied.
1,500,000, 1,500,000.
Bruce is way behind.
1.5 million.
Bruce is way behind.
Next question. You're driving on a road trip from Seattle to San Diego.
Okay, great.
With Howard the Duck, Jar Jar Binks,
Oh.
Bella Swan,
Oh.
and the twins from The Witch. Who was sitting front passenger? Who was controlling the music? Who was giving directions, even though it's just one straight line? And who just won't shut up?
Passenger, directions,
Music.
and
Who just won't stop talking?
Chatterbox. Okay. I'm going to go, and this is what I want.
Yeah.
This is what I want.
It's like a fuck, marry, kill type situation.
I want Howard the Duck up front.
Why?
Why? Because he's cool.
Oh, okay.
He's cool as fuck.
Out of all those people.
Out of all those people, yeah. I want. Wait, this is. You said the twins from The Witch. Are they sharing a seat?
It's a 5-seater car, so.
It's a 5-seater, but that's Jar Jar Binks, Howard the Duck, Bella Swan, both the twins.
Okay, it's a station wagon.
Station wagon. So there's 2 rows of 2.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Suburban.
It's like a van.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna go. Even though there's 2 seats in the middle and like a three pack in the back, I'm gonna put both the twins in the back with Bella Swan in the middle.
Oh, God.
Just so she has to be bookended by that shit. I'm gonna go Jar Jar Binks sitting behind me,
Okay.
and Howard the Duck in the passenger seat, and Jar Jar is controlling the music.
So Jar Jar is sitting in a back seat by himself.
Yeah. I think we going the wrong way.
Oh, God.
But he,
And Howard the Duck, I guess, is controlling music from the passenger seat.
All right.
I think Jar Jar Binks was controlling the music.
Did I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They can't
Okay.
do more than one action.
But I have to say where.
Howard the Duck is sitting next to you. Jar Jar Binks is controlling the music.
But I also have to choose where he sits, right?
The witches, the twins,
They won't shut up.
They won't shut up. And Bella Swan is
doing nothing.
Doing nothing.
She's getting pissed off by the twins. Okay, that's my arrangement.
okay.
I would have Bella sitting in the front with me. I would have.
Pervert.
How is that perverted? What's perverted about that?
I like Bruce's answer. Don't read it, Tyler.
Yeah, Bella sitting in the front with me because,
Hand gripping on her left thigh,
exactly.
headed to the west side.
Howard the Duck and Jar Jar Binks in the back. Who's controlling the music I'm gonna go with Howard. I'm curious to see what kind of music he's into.
That was originally my pick, but I think I just want him up front.
No
matter what.
Run me through it again real quick.
Bella sitting
Bella.
in the front seat with
Doing
her
nothing.
hand on my thigh.
Her hands on your thigh?
Yeah, she's
weird.
She's
Pervert.
Okay.
Creep. She's 16 in that.
And she. Oh wait, really? Oh.
Yeah.
Hold on.
On brand.
Hold on. Stop.
On brand.
Never mind. Never mind. I was about to say something
This guy
even
is a
more
piece of shit.
inappropriate, but yeah. Anyways, okay, so Bella in the front, then Howard the Duck controlling the music, Jar Jar shouting out whatever he's doing.
He won't shut up.
He won't shut
Yeah,
up.
he won't shut up, and then the twins in the back.
You give me directions?
Yeah,
The twins are giving directions. We cannot remember our prayer.
I be not mercy. I be the witch
No,
of the woods. Turn left.
No, no, Jar Jar is giving the directions, and then the twins won't shut up in the back.
Okay, so similar.
Black Phillip.
So the only difference is that Bella Swan's in the front,
Yeah, Bella
and
Swanson.
Howard the Duck is controlling the music.
Yes.
Who do we think has the better music taste, Howard the Duck or Jar Jar Binks?
Howard the Duck's probably better, but Jar Jar's gonna be chaotic, and anything I can get to take my mind off those fucking twins in the back.
So we agree that twins are the worst.
Worst.
Yeah.
Jar Jar is annoying, but at least he's not like evil.
Oh yeah.
The twins are like Satan
Yeah.
spawn.
Yeah.
They are.
Friends of Black Phillip.
I think I'm gonna go. I think I'm gonna go. I'm gonna read Bruce's answer. Howard the Duck is doing music. Twins up in the front, sitting on each other. Maybe they'll die in a collision. Jar Jar Binks won't shut up, and Bella Swan is giving directions. Turn straight. Keep going straight. As she's blinking 50 times a minute.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna give it to Bruce.
All right.
That is a good answer.
I like it. That's a good answer.
Good answer.
So we're all tied.
Playing the game. Hey, you are all tight, actually.
Yeah.
Crazy how that works. Okay, next question.
It's a hot race. Hot race.
Yes. Which Muppet is a closeted flat earther? Now, Sesame Street does not count
What?
as a Muppet.
Those are puppets, right?
Me and Deanna were actually talking about this in the car. We were like, "Are Sesame Street Muppets?" Because I thought
think
that.
so.
But it's more of like I'm the Muppet. Who of the Muppet cast?
Okay, got it.
From the
The
Muppets.
Muppet Show.
Yes.
Is a flat earther.
Because then it's like the Skeksis are Muppets, and the Gelflings are Muppets too.
Yeah.
Which I'm like, that's a whole another can of worms. Gonna open up. Think about it. Kermit, Piggy, Rizzo, Gonzo, Ralph, Fozzie, the drummer's Animal,
Sweetums.
I think
Swedish Chef,
I think
the scientists,
I think the
Bert and Ernie. Oh no, this is Sesame
no,
Street.
that's
Never mind.
Sesame Street. I think the animal would be a flat earther.
The drummer, right? Animal.
Yeah, the drummer.
Okay, Animal.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, the obvious answer is Gonzo. But Gonzo knows,
an alien.
knows it's not a flat Earth because he's an alien.
Yeah,
he's been to space.
Yeah.
I'm
Or
gonna-
maybe he is a flat earther because he's seen that the Earth is
Oh,
flat
he's seen the ice
from
wall.
space. Yeah.
He's seen the end. Man, I gotta go with Waldorf from Statler and Waldorf.
Oh, one of them.
One of the old guys, yeah.
Waldorf. Just one of them.
Just one.
Oh, okay.
They argue about it all the time.
You said Animal.
Yeah.
I'd like to push him off the edge.
That's so good. Didn't even think about that one.
Most likely, I think it is
Fozzie Bear.
neither of your
Waka
choices.
waka.
I can't think of his name, but he leads the band.
Oh, Professor Teeth?
Yes, I think he's the flat earther. The closeted flat earther. He wouldn't tell anybody.
Oh yeah, you know
But
what?
you were close with Animal, though. I feel like it'd be one of those, like,
One of those band members.
because they're like hippies, and like there's like a Venn diagram of hippies and flat earthers.
Dr. Teeth looks like. Or is that the top hat guy? No, Dr. Teeth is the Muppet band leader.
Yeah,
Pianist,
the band.
keyboardist. Yeah, he looks like stoned as fuck. He's definitely flat earther.
The Earth is flat, man.
I think maybe Rolf the dog also. Maybe he's a secret like pedophile or something.
Yeah, I didn't want to go
There's
too
something
dark
about
with it. It's
Sorry.
it's the Muppets after all.
All right, sorry about that.
Okay. Next question.
So we got 0 points on that.
0 points. I
shit.
get 5 million points.
All right. Joseph. Okay.
All right. Which character from Inglorious Bastards wouldn't respond to a Venmo request right away, and you'd have to remind them a few times before they did it?
From Inglorious Bastards?
Yes. Don't say Hitler.
Okay.
Like they'll
Which-
do it, but you gotta like remind them on Venmo.
Okay.
I feel like Aldo would. not-
right.
I don't think he would respond right away. Mostly because he'd be like a grandpa, and he's like, I don't know how this works. I'll just give you.
direct descendant of the mountain man Jim Bridger.
I'll just give you some cash. Can I just do that? How do I do that? You do it through the phone, Grandpa.
Well, they're the same age. As
I
they
killed
are in the-
Nazis.
They're the same age as they are in the movies.
Oh,
They're not like.
I still
now.
stand by my answer, and I still think he wouldn't know how technology works.
Okay. Would do it. There's an anti-Semitic joke in here somewhere.
Oh wait.
Oh, that's a Jew. Hunter. Shoot. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to go through all the characters.
I have an answer.
You have an answer?
I can't remember his name though.
I'm gonna go.
I can't remember most of their names other than Al Lorraine and
I'm gonna go-
the Bear Jew.
I'm gonna go Hugo Stieglitz.
Remind me who that one is.
That's the guy who's
They free him from the jail, right?
yeah, the guy who's got say I'll be the same to your ball sack.
Yeah. I
Just because he would just basically his stoicism will scare you away that you just forget and never want to remind him.
that is correct.
All right.
That was the answer that I had in my head.
Really? Okay,
Yes.
cool.
I feel like he gives off that. I'm not.
I don't give a fuck.
I don't have that. He has the energy.
Cool. Is that for a million?
It's also for 1 million points.
Dang
Oh,
it.
baby. I'm out in the lead. Actually, I'm second to Joseph.
Yeah. Next question. Which of the Nostromo crew from Alien most definitely buys store brand groceries and who only buys the name brand?
Just from the original Alien?
Yes.
Okay. Store brand, name brand.
Like the store brand, Signature Select,
Yeah.
whatever Rayleigh's has.
I think I don't know what theirs is called. I can't remember.
I think Ripley buys the generic brand, and I think I feel like they would all buy the generic brand.
All of them? But who's
Yeah.
most likely to not buy the generic brand? They're like, I don't want that's that cheap stuff. I want that good Ritz. I don't want Dr. Thunder. I want Dr. Pepper.
I want Professor Pibb.
Yeah.
Who's the
You can name the actor too if you don't know the name of the character.
Jeez, this is a tough one.
Hurry up, Tyler. I already gave half your answer.
Okay.
Well, you said Ripley would be generic brand,
yeah.
store brand?
Yeah, I feel like she would be. No, I changed my mind. She will be name brand.
Okay.
And then I think, does the Xenomorph count as a crew member?
Sure, why not? Why not?
I think the Xenomorph would have the generic brand groceries because it doesn't know what a grocery is, so it just grabs whatever.
So they could grab the name brand.
Maybe.
I'm saying who's making the conscious choice to grab the store brand or the name brand?
The cat.
Give us a real answer.
Come on. It's the same thing as the Xenomorph.
All right, Bill Paxton's character. I feel like
From Alien, not
He's in
from
the second one.
Oh, God damn it. The android?
Ash.
Ash would be name brand?
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought you just said Ripley was name brand.
No, I changed my answer.
Again?
Yeah, it said,
Ripley's generic, Ash's name brand.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna go. Harry Dean Stanton's character does store brand.
Okay.
He reminds me of Lenny from The Simpsons. Very depressed.
Okay.
Please don't tell people how I live. And name brand, I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say the trans woman. I can't remember her name.
Oh,
She's
yeah.
got the short hair.
Oh.
She's canonically trans, it says in her intro.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you look at the actual thing. Nah, I changed my mind.
Okay.
Harry Dean Stanton is
Name brand?
store brand.
Oh, store brand.
He's the cheapo.
Okay.
Yaphet Kotto name brand. He's the really dark skinned dude.
Oh.
The mechanic or something like that.
Oh, okay.
Maybe he's the pilot.
the pilot.
Yaphet Kotto.
No, I think he's a mechanic. Or I think he's
I
like.
think him and Harry Dean Stanton are the mechanics.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyways.
Wait, no, what did you say? Ripley is generic and Ash is name brand.
Right.
Oh, sorry.
What is it called?
This is kind of a hard one.
Yeah.
It's kind of a hard one. I think Tyler's on to something.
Uh-oh. I demand a recount.
Yeah, I think Ripley would lean more towards the generic brand.
Yeah.
Not because she's cheap, but because she's looking for good deals.
That's funny.
And then Ash, he's product of Wayland,
Yeah.
right? It's Wayland, right? Yeah.
Yeah, Waylon introduced.
And they're, he's a droid. He's conditioned to only go for the best. Awesome. Next question. Which character from the Matrix, the original Matrix, wouldn't use their blinker ever?
Cypher.
Cypher. He's essentially the bad guy.
Yeah.
Or one of the bad guys in first Matrix. Because he's a bad guy and he's probably an asshole driver too.
Probably too. Yeah. God damn it, Cypher.
But we don't ever see him. Well, we do see him in the Matrix, but he doesn't drive at all.
Yeah. That's true.
No, the only person that drives is APOC, I think. And Morpheus. No, Morpheus is driven.
Doesn't Trinity drive in the
She drives
first
a
one?
motorcycle.
She drives a motorcycle.
It has blinkers.
And she doesn't use them in the
But she doesn't
movie.
use her hand signals.
Trinity's my answer.
Trinity's your answer?
Yeah.
Why?
Because she doesn't use the blinkers in the movie. So why would she use them in real life?
Oh, okay. Okay. And you said Cypher.
Cypher, yeah.
Interesting. Agent Smith. They don't have to drive. He just fucking morphs into somebody.
But then they're driving.
Although I don't think that's part of the first Matrix. Is it?
No.
No, it's only in the second one when he can like.
Technically, yes, because he morphs into the semi-truck that crashes into the phone booth.
Correct.
Definitely not use his blinker there.
Yeah.
I'm going to merge instantly into this phone booth.
I think that once again, Tyler.
What? Trinity?
Yeah. I think so. She's a little reckless.
Yeah.
I'd say bullshit.
Cypher, he is an asshole. He probably also wouldn't use his blinker, but it's hard to know. I mean, a lot of these questions kind of hard to know. Next question. If the Predator was a cocktail, what kind of cocktail would he be? The Predator from Predator.
I don't know cocktail names.
I'm going to go the Predator.
Think about it. You don't know cocktail names?
No, I don't.
Really?
Not really. No.
Tyler doesn't ask, he just drinks.
What is this? I don't care.
Yeah. What's in this? Don't worry. Drinking it.
People just say it's good.
I'm going to go Jaeger bomb.
He's a Jaeger bomb?
It's a Jaeger bomb.
That's not a cocktail.
Sure it is.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay, what is it?
It's Rockstar and Jägermeister. And
Yeah.
you drink it.
Okay. I don't know if that qualifies as a
think-
cocktail.
Okay, if that's not it, I'll pick a different one.
Okay.
But it's delicious.
Is it?
If you like star anise.
Oh.
If you like licorice. Which
I do not.
Okay, cocktail.
Talking about gin and tonic, cosmopolitan, old fashioned, whiskey sour,
I think
rum and coke, Jack and Coke,
I'm gonna go with a
espresso martini, Paloma,
Paloma. I'm gonna go with a
Dirty Bird,
a sidecar, which is
Sex on the Beach,
orange juice and cognac.
orange juice and cognac.
What's
Yeah,
Sex
that's a
on the
sidecar.
Beach?
I don't know.
Oh,
Long Island iced tea. That's a cocktail.
That's
right?
not a bad one.
I do know.
If Long Island is a cocktail, then Jagerbomb's a cocktail.
I don't even know what is a Long Island.
It's like all the booze
It's just.
Oh,
and
okay.
some soda.
I think.
Matt shot,
I think it would be a rum and coke.
rum and coke. Very, very. Just
Well, I can't think of any like sort of like Caribbean sort of drink mixes because
You think he's Caribbean just because he has dreads?
they, no. I think it's because it's in the.
I don't know who's
they're-
more racist.
They're in the jungle, right? So I'm thinking like a
Tropical?
like a tropical drink, but
Okay.
I can't think of any tropical drink. So, but rum
It is
is
South America.
like
In tropical drinks, yes.
in tropical drinks. So yeah, rum and coke,
Rum and coke, not
or like rum and some orange juice or something.
You said what sidecar,
A sidecar.
and it's orange juice and cognac.
Yeah, orange juice, cognac.
And you're saying
Also because he has dreads.
A rum and coke.
a rum and coke. Definitely Pete's.
Yeah.
If you ever see a Jaeger bomb and taste it, it tastes like a predator.
This tastes like Jared Fogle. Next question.
You know that there's an actual name for the predator species, like a xenomorph?
Is it? Or what is it?
It's a Yauja. Yauja. No one's gonna say it.
Okay, next question. What character from Little Miss Sunshine is adventurous when ordering at a new restaurant but always regrets what they get? Or not a new restaurant, but just a restaurant.
Okay. Adventurous, and then I regret what they get.
Yeah. Or it could be just any restaurant. And they're like,
Yeah.
they always order. It's like someone always
have-
orders a burger, but like, I'm gonna get this
Macaroni and
specialty
cheese, yeah.
or this random thing
Yeah.
that I've never had before besides at this restaurant.
I'm
And then they regret it.
gonna go with Steve Carell's character.
Oh man, that's what I was gonna say.
Too late.
Why?
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 He seems a little like prone to depression, anyways, because he tried to kill himself at the beginning of the movie.
Okay.
So easy to get down on himself for things that he really can't control.
Mm-hmm.
And also, he does seem like somebody who has a what's the word I'm looking for? A developed palate.
Mm-hmm.
It's not generally like I want chicken tenders.
Yeah, yeah.
He's a Proust scholar.
Yeah.
He eats quinoa.
I think the mom character would be
Toni
the
Collette?
second choice. Yeah, Toni Collette's character.
She would always regret getting something
Yeah.
new and then
Yeah.
finishing it anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I wrote this question for Deanna because that's what she does.
Really? Joseph,
Yeah.
I don't like it. Send it back. No.
No, she won't. She'll finish it.
I know. I know. Well, it's okay.
You say Steve
Steve
Carell's,
Carell's
character?
character, yeah.
Mom.
Toni
Yeah.
Collette.
What are we standing at? Are you tied, right? Are we tied?
What was the last question?
They're all 1,000,000 points.
No, what was the last one though?
The Predator.
Oh, I
Yeah,
didn't
you got-
add to myself. I got that
Yeah,
one.
you-
I have 3.5 million. Tyler and Bruce have 1.5 million, and Joseph, you have 5 million.
Sweet.
You're in the lead. I'm only 2 questions behind you though.
And you say Steve Carell, Mom.
Yeah.
I say that Bruce gets it.
I almost
The grandpa.
The grandpa.
Every day with a fucking chicken.
Yes.
All right, Bruce is in 3rd place with 2.5 million.
And he would complain about it.
He would complain.
Yeah. For sure.
I got advice for you. Fuck a lot of women.
Okay. Last question.
Okay.
This is a bonus question. Whoever gets this question wins it all. Of the Tombstone crew from the movie Tombstone,
Okay.
who definitely sits down when they pee?
Doc Holliday.
Doc Holliday? Why?
He just has a.
That's Earl Europe.
That's Earl Europe. Oh yeah, you're right. Doc Holliday. That's
Val Kilmer.
Val Kilmer.
Kilmer.
Van Morrison.
Yeah, he just has a feminine look to himself to where he'd be like,
He's dying.
I'm gonna be proper. Sit down.
He also gets tired standing up.
I'm gonna go with Bill Paxton's character.
Which one is he?
He's just the other one.
Oh.
He's the nondescript. It's not Sam Elliott. Definitely not Kurt Russell.
Okay.
Not Val Kilmer. Who's left?
I can't even remember Bill
Piss
Paxton in
boy.
that movie.
Piss boy. Bill Paxton.
Piss boy. For 6 million points.
I just can't imagine any of those fucking guys sitting down to pee.
Exactly. That's why it's such a hard question.
But Bill Paxton, I could see peeing down, sitting down.
Bill Paxton is Morgan Earp. That's his.
Morgan Earp.
Allie Earp.
Alley Earp. give me a boost, Alley Earp. I like how you don't have the answer to these already in your head.
No, I don't.
You're just making it up.
Yeah. It was, you guys had to convince me.
Do you see Sam Elliott pissing sitting down?
No.
I can't.
I can't see Kurt Russell. I can't see Sam Elliott. I can't see.
Val Kilmer will piss wherever he wants. I think he pisses standing up in the movie.
I think he pisses his pants.
Yeah, he doesn't care.
Standing up, laying down, in the middle of,
You're seeing double. I got guns for the both of you.
I think. I think that Bill Paxton.
Hey, all right.
You won.
Congratulations.
Is that the last one?
That's the last question.
All right, cool.
Yes. Not as intense this time. It was like whatever
I
feels
don't
right.
know. I felt like I was put on the spot.
Oh man, I just barely lost to you, Joseph. Final score: 5 million for Joseph, 4.5 million for Pete, 2.5 million from Bruce.
That was for 6 million points.
Oh, it was? Okay, sweet. Okay, so we got 9 point. I win with 9.5 million points.
They all could just be like 1 point.
I know.
It's like touchdowns.
Tyler, you lost to Bruce.
Yeah.
And Michael says Tyler was robbed.
Tyler was robbed.
I was robbed.
That was good. That was fun.
I almost gave it to Doc Holliday, but like you didn't give me a convincing enough argument.
I told him he had a feminine look to
He
himself.
doesn't.
And then that he'd be proper. And
Just because he's a dandy.
yeah, he's a dandy.
Fancy
Nothing wrong
boy.
with that.
Well, thank you for playing.
Thank you for having us.
Trivia Subjective Edition. Stay tuned for more editions of Trivia. And if you have a theme that you would like to suggest, do it.
Tyler, do you want to, or Joseph, do you want to do a little trivia? I got some trivia for you.
Sure.
Here, can I have the mouse?
Oh, okay. Are you controlling the sounds?
Yeah, just so I have sounds.
You don't have these on the board? I'm surprised.
No, I don't have so many slots on the board. I take them off when we're not doing it.
Now, both of you quiz me.
All right. This is for both of you, okay? And there's no theme to this. This is just regular generic trivia.
Okay.
Okay. So, there's like this is entertainment trivia questions. So some of these are movies and some of these are not.
TV and stuff? Like TV shows?
I mean, yes.
Some of these are movies and not.
and other things too.
oh, like outside of
entertainment.
cast or actors.
Like one of these is how many single squares are there on a chessboard? Hold on a second. How many single squares are there on a chessboard? Go.
40. No, 50.
It has to be a square number because it's 8 by 8, 64.
Oh.
You fail. All right. Okay, let's give an actual movie question.
Chess is under entertainment,
It's entertainment.
not sports.
What? All right. You ready for this?
Yes.
What is the relationship between Emma Roberts and Julia Roberts?
Emma Roberts and Julia Roberts.
I have multiple choice unless you want to guess.
They're cousins.
Okay. Cousins?
Emma Roberts and Julia Roberts. I don't think she's her daughter.
No.
I would say niece.
Niece, cousin. Cousin is incorrect.
Oh, dang it.
Niece is correct.
Yeah, it's Eric Roberts'
Eric
daughter.
Roberts' daughter, yeah. There you go. Very good. Okay. Next question. Which Ryan, famous Ryan, is the ex-husband of Reese Witherspoon? Ryan Gosling, Ryan Phillippe, Ryan Reynolds, or Ryan Seacrest? Reese Witherspoon used to be married to which one of those Ryans?
Ryan Reynolds?
Okay.
I can't look at the chat here.
Okay.
I don't know if that's
well, they
right.
don't know if it's right either.
Ryan Seacrest.
Ryan Seacrest and Ryan Reynolds
Seacrest.
is wrong on both counts. It's Ryan Phillippe.
Oh.
They
So
met-
he was right, yeah.
They met each other on the
Hide the-
Cruel Intentions.
Hide the chat
Oh.
there.
Okay, here. Let me get the chat again. There we go. Okay, I hope it didn't crash. Okay, hold on to it. No, I don't have the thing. Oh, it's right there. Okay, here we go. All right, next question. Which director won the most Academy Awards for Best Director with 4? Alfred Hitchcock, John Ford, Steven Spielberg, or Martin Scorsese?
John Ford.
Tyler?
Martin Scorsese?
John Ford is correct. Scorsese only won once for The Revenant, right?
Was it Revenant?
I mean, no, that's Inui too. Departed. Best director?
I don't know.
For some reason, I had him having more.
No, he's kind of like famously shit on continually.
By the Academy.
Okay, since this is entertainment only, I'll give you a non-movie one.
Not movie.
What is the name of Gargamel's cat in the children's program The Smurfs?
Cat?
Yeah,
I don't know.
no options.
I've never seen the Smurfs.
You don't? Do you know who Gargamel is though?
Yeah, he's the
He's a villain.
evil.
He's the old
villain.
like
Yeah.
witch looking.
It's Hank
guy.
Azaria.
Yeah. Okay, I'll give you options. Odie, Smurfette, Scruffy, or Asriel.
Ooh. Asriel.
Yeah, Azrael.
Asriel is correct.
Is that Asriel?
Very good. Okay. Let's do this one. In which 2011 sci-fi film do people stop aging at age 25 and have to buy more time to stay alive?
Oh.
In time.
That is correct.
I didn't realize that was part of the story. They stop at 25.
At 25, that's when you
It's like health insurance.
You stop dying. You start dying at that point, yeah. Okay, let's do...
What's your currency before you're 25? Is it still time?
You just... I don't know.
Because they buy things with time.
You get... Yeah, I think you have... I think you have 25 years already on your balance or something.
Oh, interesting.
It's ticking down to 0. Oops.
What a wild concept for a movie.
Yeah, it is weird. I thought it was fun though. Okay. In what film did Russell Crowe play a character named John Nash?
In what movie?
Yeah. Was
John
it
Nash.
Proof of Life, A Beautiful Mind, The Insider, or A Good Year?
I have not seen any of those movies.
I'm gonna go with Insider.
John
Nash. John Nash.
movies again?
Proof of Life, A Beautiful Mind, The Insider, A Good Year.
Beautiful Mind.
Beautiful Mind is correct.
All right.
Very good.
The name's Nash. John Nash. I have a beautiful mind.
All right, next question. I know, Joseph, don't answer this. I know you know this, but see if Tyler knows this. Which famous actress was married to actor and filmmaker Paul Thomas Anderson, with whom she has 2 children? Amy Adams, Maya Rudolph, Jennifer Garner, or Julie Roberts? I like how it says actor and filmmaker. Famous actor, PTA.
Amy Adams.
Amy Adams. Joseph, do you know?
I do know.
What is it?
Do you want me to tell? Oh,
Yeah.
Maya Rudolph.
Maya Rudolph is correct.
Oh man.
Because it's like they're married.
I know. Okay, one last one. On what 1960s cartoon duo battled spies named Boris Badenov and Natasha Fatale?
Wait, what's the question? Say it again.
Which 1960s cartoon duo battled spies named Boris Badenov and Natasha Fatale?
60s cartoon.
Spy versus spy.
And this does have a movie tie-in, but I won't say till afterwards.
Spy versus spy.
Okay, spy versus
Battle Boris.
spy. Boris Badenov and Natasha Fatale.
60s cartoon.
Bruce got it. Angry Otter got it.
Would I know it?
Yes. I don't know if you would know this about it, but I knew it. This is one of my dad's favorite cartoons growing up.
I have no idea. The Jetsons.
Boris Badenov, played by Robert De Niro in Rocky and Bullwinkle.
Oh fuck!
Oh. Damn it.
That was on the top of my brain.
Yeah. Boris Badenov and Natasha Fatale. He's a little short guy. She's a real tall one. Anyways, yes. What's this? Thank you for playing my
Spontaneous trivia.
bullshit entertainment trivia. Maybe next week we'll do something
Yeah.
with the classmates since Joseph won't be here.
I try.
All right, here's your mouse back.
Thank you.
Anything else you guys got?
Nope.
All right, time for streaming picks.
Movies.
Wanna watch a movie?
Yes, I do. Disney Plus. Oh, HBO Max.
If I don't get the pick, show's over.
I have grown accustomed to Hulu Plus.
I like Netflix.
You found the pig.
Streaming picks. Movies that we watched on our streaming services this week that you can watch on yours too. Tyler, what do you got for us today?
All right, I'm gonna do what you guys do and rank them from worst to best.
All right.
So this week, the worst one, which isn't even, when I say worst, it feels like I'm disparaging the movie. It's not a bad movie, but it's ranked the lowest. This is 2014's Boulevard, starring Robin Williams, directed by Dito Montiel. This is one of Robin Williams' last film before his untimely demise. And this is about a devoted husband in a marriage of convenience is forced to confront his secret life. This movie is, as you can probably tell by the description, is sad by nature. And it's pretty introspective when you start watching it. It is boring at times. Not to say that the plot lulls in certain parts. It's really just low. It's like a dimly low light in a room. Robin Williams is really good in it. And the twist is not very surprising when you find out like what he's going through, but the implication of why the twist happens kind of gives you like an existential feeling.
What made you want to watch this one? How'd you hear about it? I never even heard of this movie.
It was recommended by a fan of the show, and checked it out. It's streaming on Tubi. It's really good. It's pretty good.
Which fan of the show?
A fan of the show.
Oh, this
Just
bit
another
again.
class.
Someone who you've seen naked?
Yeah, it was a fan of the show, Angela.
Oh, okay. Angela.
Yeah.
Christian
Need a
name.
government name here. What's your middle name?
I don't know.
Tell us here.
Last.
Last four of the social.
And then the second movie is also a movie from 2014. It's called The Longest Week, directed by Peter Glantz and starring Jason Bateman and Olivia Wilde. And this movie...
It's just because you look through her family pictures doesn't make her yours.
Creeped out on her.
Okay, let's not air that. I don't know if the statute...
It's one of the top 10 proudest moments of your life.
It is. So this movie, a man receives help from an old friend when his parents stop supporting him, but returns the favor by falling in love with his friend's girlfriend.
What's it called again?
The Longest Week. And this movie is... I was confused by this movie because when I was watching it, it's really, really pretentious in its presentation. Because Jason Bateman plays a ultra rich person and just very spoiled, like womanizing narcissist. And you don't. There is some points in the movie where you can sympathize with his character, but most of the time he plays a pretty hateable person. Everyone in the movie
It's a
plays
comedy or what?
It's so this is what I was wrestling with, because the tone of the movie is dramatic by nature. There is some funny lines in there, but it's not an overall comedy. But I feel like the way it's presented, I thought it was satirical because of how pretentious it comes off. So I was like kind of wrestling with myself and my opinion on it afterwards. I'm like, I think this was meant to be a comedy, like just like a really, really dry comedy.
IMDb says coming of age, rom-com, comedy, drama, romance.
Yeah, it's not really comedic in the traditional sense. So I think
It's comedic like a Noah Baumbach movie.
It's kind of like
Clever writing, maybe.
It's not even clever writing. It's just like the way that
There's a Great Dane in it.
Yeah,
I'm
there
watching
is.
the trailer.
Yeah, The Longest Week, it has some good cinematography and everything. It has all the bells and whistles of a good movie.
Oh, it's got.
This is better than Boulevard?
This is.
This one has a 5.4 on IMDb.
Yeah, it's
Boulevard 5.8. They're about the same.
Who directed it? Tyler Perry?
No, they're all white.
Tyler
all
Perry's
white
The
people in
Longest
this.
Week.
Oh, okay.
Ethan Hawke directed this one.
Yeah. And again, all my streaming picks are on Tubi. I've been really loving Tubi.
Longest Week is also on Prime, Peacock, Roku, Hoopla, Pluto, and Plex.
Yeah.
And Boulevard is on almost all those too.
Yeah. Because I don't have access to as many streaming services as I used to.
Tubi's the best.
Tubi is
And the worst.
Yeah.
Tubi is a godsend.
Tubi's like a snapshot of humanity. It's like going to the DMV. You would get a true cross section of the world.
Yeah. And then my second to first,
A lot of movies this week.
second to the first movie.
Also, one of the best intros. Tubi.
Yeah. Since they updated it.
Yeah, it's so
Yeah.
good. I like that one.
This one is 2006, A Guide to Recognizing Your Saints, starring Shia LaBeouf.
Are these all Angie
Rob-
picks?
No.
I mean, I'm disparaging you over. I like the fact that she's bringing you out of your show
Okay, well, I mean,
and out of your pants. But
not
all right,
almost
I'll put the cards on the table. Yes, they are.
but not 6 years of our movie recommendations. Will you watch?
But I
gotta-
don't. I really don't want to get.
you got to
into
play
the,
dummy sticks if you want to get a review in.
I really. Yeah.
Do you have to see us naked for us to watch a movie?
I'll do it. I'll do it.
We'll get naked right now.
We haven't done it since the days we used to record back to back on the show. Back in the early days, before the video.
Hey, I think I'm the only one here at this table who's recorded nude before. So,
That's
anyway,
what you'd like to think.
Oh, what's up, Chris? Chris is in the chat. Hey, buddy.
okay, so A Guide to Recognizing Your Saints, starring Robert Downey Jr., Rosario Dawson, Shia LaBeouf, directed by Dito Montiel.
Tito?
Dito.
Oh. The Pokemon.
Yeah.
Ditto.
Yeah, pretty much.
Isn't that the guy that did Boulevard too?
Yeah, I think
Big
so.
fan.
So
Angie's a big fan.
coming of age drama about a boy growing up in Astoria, New York during the 1980s. As his friends end up dead on drugs or in prison, he comes to believe he has been saved from their fates by various so-called saints. Dito, a writer in LA, goes home to Astoria, Queens, after a 15-year absence when his mother calls to say his father is ill. In a series of flashbacks, we see the young Dito, his parents, his 4 closest friends, and his girl Lori as each tries to navigate family, race, loyalty, sex, coming of age, violence, and wanting out. Yeah, this movie was really, really good. It's restrained. It restrains itself in a way where it doesn't feed you like certain plot points that you think is going to happen. Like at the climax of the movie, you think you're about to witness something, but it immediately cuts to like the future because it is all flashbacks. So like there's
Robert Downey Jr. plays Dito and Shia LaBeouf plays young Dito.
Yeah. yeah, I thought this was it was very interesting in the way that it was filmed. Just with the flashback. I was more interested in the flashbacks. I don't know why, but like
Great cast.
I've noticed that when I watch movies that the plot relies on the flashbacks that then jump to the present, I find myself more interested in the flashbacks than in the present. And so that's kind of what the detriment to this movie is. But I think the execution of some of the scenes of this movie and the way the movie feels, it takes place during the summer in New York. And so this movie really reminded me of like the attitude of kids. Just like having that like really like sweaty, like gritty feeling.
Rosario Dawson also in Kids.
Right. Yeah, I didn't even make that connection. That's what I was thinking of. But yeah, this movie, very high recommend. It's dark, but just the way that it's filmed was very compelling. I was glued to my screen.
So are you watching this on your computer screen with Angie beside you? You
No.
both sitting on like a beanbag make for two?
No, I'm
Watch
just
at
at
her house.
I love beanbag.
I'm just at my house alone.
So she just recommended it to you, and you
Yeah.
you didn't watch it with her?
I assume she's seen it before.
Yeah,
Still.
I think so. Yeah, just
Hey, watch this movie.
Alone.
And you're like,
I don't want to be there.
okay.
Yeah, I don't want to be there for it.
yeah. I don't want to get into that conversation.
I'll come over later when you're done.
And then my favorite, my favorite movie of the week that I was super. I almost
So many
wanted to-
movies this week. This is like the most movies you've watched in 1 week.
I almost wanted to tell you guys before we started spinning because I'm so excited to talk about this one. This is 2018's Green Book.
You did tell us.
You
about
did
it.
mention it on the message.
You did tell us. I watched Green Book.
Oh, that's right, I did.
Like, congratulations.
Well, that goes to show how excited I was about it. I forgot I told you guys about it. Yeah, Green Book, just an incredibly well shot film. Very interesting story. Viggo Mortensen kills it as always. And then you also have Mahershala Ali.
Hey.
Mahershala Ali. It's a really good coming of, I was almost saying coming of age, but coming out of racism story. Because Viggo Mortensen's character is racist in the beginning, and then he becomes not racist.
He's not racist anymore.
then
It's like
anymore.
Albie, the racist dragon.
Yeah. I really, yeah, I just the whole movement of the plot and the music and just like the story was really unique as well.
Now, I haven't seen this movie. I know it was a controversial Best Picture winner because, one, I heard the opposite of what you're saying, that it wasn't good. I don't know if it's good or not. And also that it's based on a book, and I think it was highly inaccurate to the book from what I've gathered.
Yeah.
I think. It was like the controversy was whenever this movie came out 2018.
Yeah.
So it was like 6 years ago, so I don't remember much about it. I just remember there was a lot of controversy around this being nominated and winning.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was really good, but I don't know. I'm not a professional.
It did win Best Picture.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it can't be terrible.
I think
But then again, people hated on Coda when it won too. I thought Coda was great.
It is
I don't
great.
think it didn't feel like a Best Picture movie, but it still like was a really good movie.
Yeah. I mean, I thought it was good, and I mean, I really like Viggo Mortensen in really anything he's in. So,
And now that he's playing a racist, I was like, hell yeah.
I'm joking.
yeah, I know. I remember like saying to my mom, I was like, you know what, Greenwick, they got it right.
Hell yeah.
For the first half. First half, I was in.
Second half, I kind of loses steam a little.
I didn't like the turn. Character development.
I didn't like the turn. Yeah, I thought Green Book was just, and actually, you know what? Green Book is not streaming on Tubi. I had to rent this one. Worth the rental. It's only like $3.
You better rent this movie.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a really good ride, and I think that there's a lot to be said about having like a personal experience to change your racist perspective on life.
One of these days, you're gonna have yours.
And then just really quickly, I watched the first episode of this show called Generation Kill, which is about the Iraq War, following it's kind of like Band of Brothers, but with the Iraq War. Really good so far.
Where's that at? Daily Motion.
Daily Motion.
Tyler's watching it on Daily Motion.
That's allegedly I am, but yeah, still good. Anyways, that's it.
You know that Green Book was directed by Peter Farrelly of the Farrelly brothers, who did Something About Mary and Ricky Stenicki.
I know,
and Dumb
right?
and Dumber.
And Stuck on You.
Yeah.
And Me, Myself, and Irene.
When you look at a list of the
Ricky Stenicki.
97 Best Picture winners that we've had so far, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's 7th from the bottom. Right ahead.
What's the bottom? Crash.
Bottom one, Cimarron. Wesley Ruggles, 1931.
Oh.
Then The Broadway Melody by Harry Beaumont, 1929.
Anything in recent?
Crash, 95.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry, Crash in 2005, I mean. Cavalcade, which I did hear that was terrible, 1933. And then Driving Miss Daisy, and then The Green Book.
Driving Miss Daisy, which is kind of similar to Green Book. Almost.
Yeah, 1989. They took 30 years off and they gave it another go.
Yeah, and they changed
What
it.
does that say, though, about these ranks?
I don't know.
A person that learns how to not be racist anymore. Terrible movie.
Yeah, I don't know.
I
mean, the thing is, though, this is what I learned from my job is someone's got to be last. So,
what does that mean?
You ain't first.
Well, yeah, because we all race to try to get back to the station first because it looks good if you come back fast.
Does it?
Yeah, and then the
Good job, piss boy, pissing in that bottle instead of taking a break.
the attitude is someone,
It shows commitment, passion,
yeah,
hustle
yeah.
to your corporate overlords.
So I mean, when I see these rankings, I'm just like, yeah, something has to be last.
But why does it have to be you?
How
How often are you last back?
I'm usually in the top 10, top 20.
Nice.
So,
How many drivers do you have?
about 30.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect.
Coda is number 90 out of 97.
Yeah.
Really
Yeah.
interesting.
What do you think would be in the top 3?
As the best picture winners.
Best picture winners.
Are there any of them? Any of them past 2000?
All About Eve, Joseph Mankiewicz, 1950.
Parasite.
Parasite.
And then The Apartment, 1960, which I co-signed that. It's fantastic. Lawrence of Arabia, 62. The Godfather, 72. Casablanca, 42.
These are all old.
Titanic.
It's all that old stuff.
Titanic, 97.
Mm.
Schindler's List, 93. Best.
Are you
Years of
going
My
top
Life.
to bottom? Right
I'm
now?
going top to bottom.
What was number one?
All About Eve.
Oh, okay.
I've heard that's great too.
It better be.
Yeah.
Better be.
Anyway, Joseph, what do you got?
Okay, my couple stream picks that I have. Whoopsie. 2 new releases, 2025 releases. From one direct to Netflix, and this is the worst of the two. This is the new Tom Hardy movie, Havoc.
Ooh, yeah.
Streaming on Netflix. And it coincidentally just happened to have a car chase in it. So that's my supplemental car chase movie. Albeit it is CG heavy, really heavy. It's almost like Sin City. If you watch Sin City, which is the style of the movie.
Okay.
But it's colorized. And so it just kind of looks like a video game. But the movie overall isn't great. Essentially, Tom Hardy plays a cop who is really, really, what do you call it? Weathered.
Okay.
And the plot is that when a drug heist swerves lethally out of control, a jaded cop fights his way through a corrupt city's criminal underworld to save a politician's son. It almost looks like it takes place in the same universe as The Crow. Where it's just this gothic version of a city.
Yeah, it's cartoonish.
Or Gotham type of town. And the movie is very action heavy. There's some fight scenes in this movie that are they're fun to watch, but they just took out a book out of like Upgrade and how those action sequences are filmed with like the camera following and doing like sort of longer takes, going from like a big fight scene with a bunch of people going from like a fight to another fight in the same room, moving around a lot.
Very kinetic, very energetic.
Yeah, a lot of that. It's ridiculous on how many bullets are just carelessly fired in directions. It's pretty insane.
Okay.
I don't think it's to be taken seriously at all, although Tom Hardy is giving a very kind of serious performance. I don't think he cracked a smile once in this movie. Yeah, I mean, it's got an average of 2.6 on IMDb.
Wow. 2.6?
Yes, but the most ratings are listing it as a 3-star banger.
Okay.
So it's got 23,000 3-star ratings, and that's
But 3 on IMDb is a 1.5 star banger on Letterboxd.
huh? Oh, true, I guess so. But 3-star banger out of 5. But yeah, I mean, it was fun. I had it on sort of in the background, and it was nothing like that. Like, there's no story there that you kind of get lost or anything. So it's Tom Hardy, Timothy Olyphant, Forrest Whitaker, and then Justin Cornwell, a bunch of other people that I've never seen before. And just, yeah, a lot of fight scenes. And the scenes themselves were fun to watch, but the movie overall was like, it was all right.
All right.
And that's on Netflix. Available whenever you're ready. And then now streaming on Netflix is Hard Eyes.
Oh, yeah.
Valentine's Day sort of horror movie. Which is also more fun movie to watch.
That is fun.
The violence, also the havoc is really, really violent. Like very bloody.
Okay.
And there's some good practical effects in there, but also in Hard Eyes, there's some really good practical effects. And it's also very bloody. And you kind of talked about it like last week or week before.
A lot of fun.
Predictable. Once you kind of see a certain someone show up, you're like, it's him or her. Or both. Who knows?
Yeah.
But the ride is still fun to go on, and the design of like the mask is kind of like cutesy.
I like the mask.
The heart-shaped eyes, and they're like night vision as well.
Yeah.
It's fun. It was a good fun movie, and it was very sort of meta when it comes to like making fun of romantic comedies. There's one specific segment in there where there's a guy who's just stringing along rom-com movie titles in one sentence, and he's using it as a sentence to talk to somebody, and it was very clever. I liked it, and it's definitely worth more. It's definitely worth more of your time, or more worth your time than Havoc is. I think.
Yeah.
Very well put together, well shot, and although when they're in the police station, I'm like, just turn a light on in there.
I seriously.
Like, this is like how it is normally. Just like there's like no fluorescence on, or they're like set to like the dimmest setting possible.
Yeah, really.
Just for the sake of mood. But other than that, it's a very stylistic movie, and it doesn't take itself very seriously at all. And
it's like, yeah, it really is just straight up goofball fun.
Yeah, it's like Scream and romantic comedies put together, and it's fun.
It feels like a Freaky, or not Freaky Friday. Happy Death Day light, kind of.
Yeah,
that vibe.
But yeah, overall, really, really fun. I would recommend it. It's a good movie to put on like a Friday night, I think, with somebody. I watched it alone, but it was still fun to watch. And yeah, also on Netflix, and that's all I have.
Okay. I'll just kind of go through. I guess I can do like,
I don't have anything.
Best to worst. Yeah, worst to best or whatever. New Fear Street movie just dropped on Netflix. It's like that young adult R.L. Stein.
Yeah.
It's
Prom
like
Queen?
Prom Queen. Yeah, Fear
called?
Street Prom Queen. Not good. Avoid. Yeah, not good. Not like the other ones. The other ones were actually pretty good, engaging and pretty fun and stuff. And this is pretty bad. There's not great.
Okay.
Brianna wanted to watch that. I watched it with her, and I wished I didn't. Next one. Yeah. Next one is called Death Watch from 2002.
Death Watch.
It's this is streaming on Prime, Hoopla, Pluto TV, and Plex. And I really can't say anything about this movie because the fun about the movie is what you see happen throughout the movie. Like it kind of it's a genre bending movie. It starts out as like a war drama, and then it turns into a supernatural movie. And what that supernatural aspect is, I don't want to say because then it gives away the fun of the movie.
Oh.
So it's basically trench warfare, World War II. It's in the brutal. Oh, it's World War I. In the brutal trench fighting of the First World War, a British infantry company is separated from the regiment after a fierce battle, and attempting to return to their lines, the British soldiers discover what appears to be a bombed-out German trench. Except for a few dazed German soldiers are left. After killing most of the Germans and taking one prisoner, the British company fortifies the hold to hold the trench until regiments can arrive. But however, strange things begin to happen as a sense of evil descends on the trench, and the British begin to turn on each other. So it's kind of like losing your mind, cabin fever sort of thing, and you're not sure if the guys are really just losing their mind or if there's something like supernatural happening. And surprise, there is. So Jamie Bell is the main guy in this, but also it has a couple people you'd recognize. Mike Downey, Lawrence Fox, those are recognizable. But Andy Serkis plays a pretty big part in this, and he's really good. So this is from 2002, so it's from quite a long time ago. And I kind of didn't expect to see Andy Serkis, back then doing like live action stuff. So again, this on Prime. If you like kind of horrors or slasher horrors, that sort of stuff, there's an interesting take on it, and it's a genre bending piece that I thought was interesting. Very, very, very low budget though. So go into that knowing that. All right. That's called Death Watch. Next one is streaming on Shudder right now. I'm sorry, it's not streaming on Shudder yet. No, it is. Interesting. Okay, it goes back and forth.
It is or it isn't?
It is streaming on Shudder. Yep, it is AMC Plus and Shudder. This is called They Call Her Death from 2024. Somebody recommended this to me during Spaghetti Western May.
I've seen the trailer for this.
Yeah, and it's basically looks like a old Spaghetti Western. It's shot to look low budget with the fake grain film stock and all that kind of stuff. And that's a little bit of a crutch because I think when you make a movie that's like Black Dynamite, where you're making it to look like a crappy old movie, you can just blame the shitty quality on the fact that it's supposed to be like that. And you're like, oh, that didn't match up at all. And you're like, yeah, it was supposed to be like that. It was shitty back then. There's some of that works, it's effective, and some of it I can see as a cop-out, which is fine. This is a really low budget also. But the cool thing about this is that the woman is basically taking revenge on her dead husband, and she goes like her against the world in this small Western town that's all corrupt, and same story you've heard a million times. Yeah. Except for this time, it's a woman who's taking revenge. Oh. They call her Death. And there's some really cool gore aspects in this, like the practical parts that they do is really fun. So if that sounds like it's up your alley, I think it's worth watching, but it's, again, low budget. Don't expect huge things, but They Call Her Death on Shudder and AMC. Watch Novocaine with Jack Quaid. That is now streaming for free on Paramount Plus.
Second Jack Quaid movie of the year.
What's the first
Companion?
one?
Companion.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. He's good in this, too. He's really likable and really, his, aw shucks charm is just right in this. And he plays a dork who is basically like a bubble boy, but without the bubble. He can't feel pain, so he doesn't eat solid food in case he accidentally bites his tongue off.
Jesus.
He
I never thought about that.
Yeah, so he's ultra sheltered, but he's a bank manager, and this young employee that works for him or with him, played by Amber Midthunder, is basically
Midthunder.
Yeah, she's from Prey.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
She's the girl from Prey. And she starts coming on to him, and it's like, you should come out with us. You should go drinking. And he's like, I can't even eat pie. I can't eat solid food because I might chew my tongue off.
I can't even eat pie.
Yeah, their pies, they're like a whole thing. And she is fucking insufferable in the first half of this. But
really?
Then you really get to know her and you get to like her and stuff. And she takes an interesting turn. This has a fantastic villain in it. You
can feel all the pain.
Huh?
This is opposite Novocaine. You can feel all the pain.
Yeah, he feels only pain. No, but this mild-mannered bank manager has to go save this girl that he falls in love with because she gets taken hostage at the bank during a robbery.
Yeah.
And he goes on this rampage and steals a cop car and takes their gun and I'm gonna go get him. And there's a fucking phenomenal torture scene in this because he can't feel any of it.
Oh shit.
So, and he's trying to bide time. He's like, I need 5 minutes till my friend gets here to save me. And he's like, oh yeah, you should just kill me now. Definitely don't torture me. And the guy goes, you know what? I'm gonna take my time with this. And he's like, oh no. He's like, getting his fingernails ripped off, feeling nothing. And him having to emote like he's in pain is so good. He's like, oh, don't do that again.
That's interesting because like they're like, as an actor, you have to pretend to feel pain, right? So that must have been interesting to like also fake pretend act that you're feeling pain. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's really a lot of fun. There's so many great scenes in this, and again, a very, very brutal movie.
So it is bloody, violent,
super bloody. Okay. Yeah, he ends up. Yeah,
I mean, what is the premise essentially? Like,
she gets kidnapped during the the robbery, and he's going to go save her from these criminals.
Okay, and he's just an everyday guy.
He's just a very sheltered guy.
But he just happens to not feel pain.
He can't. Yeah, he was born that way, and he supposedly was going to die by 25. So his parents sheltered him, and they basically said, "You have to do this, or else you may not die." So, like when he goes to his house, his bookshelves had straps holding all the books down, so if they don't accidentally fall on him. Yeah, he like disabled the gas on his stove so he can't accidentally burn himself and stuff. Because he's like, I just can't feel it. I could literally boil myself alive in a bath if I took a bath that's too hot.
That's an interesting line of logic.
Yeah, so it's really it basically writes itself. And he has an internet friend that he never meets before who's a really fun character too. So, anyways, that's streaming on Paramount Plus. Very good.
Cool.
I watched. I'm just gonna skip over some of these. What's Up, Doc? 1972. It's Barbara Streisand and what the fuck is that guy's name? He played Barry Lyndon, Ryan O'Neal. This is a it's a comedy. It's a slapstick comedy from Peter Bogdanovich, who did Last Picture Show. And it has a chase scene that people compare to Bullet. Nothing like Bullet, in my opinion. It's set in San Francisco, but it's a bunch of old big body cars, not muscle cars, and they're chasing people on a bicycle. So it's fun, but it's another one that's like really, really hard to get through the characters, incessant grading characters at the beginning. But then after like the second act, you begin to actually like it, and you're like, okay, this one pays off at the end. So I think this is worth a watch. I don't know if it's streaming anywhere. If I rented this one, yeah, I had to rent this one for like $4. But that's What's Up, Doc. And that was a recommendation from Jason Kleberg. The best recommendation of the week, though, is on YouTube. And this is from our pal, Joseph Bridges. It's a documentary called Audience of One from 2007. And it is basically like American Movie crossed with The Room.
Oh, God.
Crossed with, what's the movie? Christian film or God film? Or there's a movie, a narrative movie that's about it. About like religious films, making a religious movie. I can't remember what it's called now, but it was okay.
Making a religious movie. Oh, I feel like I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
It's like faith-based or...
Faith-based movie. That's what it's called.
Is that what it's called?
It's called Faith-Based Movie. So, but this is a documentary, and it's fucking real, and these guys are still at it. This is from 2007, and it follows this Pentecostal church in San Francisco called the Voice of Pentecost. And the pastor of this church is 100% delusional, insane person, which many pastors are. And he's never seen a movie his entire life until age 40.
What?
Never seen a movie. He was raised in the church. His mother founded that church.
That's crazy.
And when she became age 65, she handed the church off to him. And their relationship is great too. Because at some point, they're like, are you... She says something like, he never lets me preach anymore. I never should have gave the church to him. I did the right thing to do it when I retired at 65, and now I can't even preach at my own damn church.
Yeah.
And he decides that after watching that movie, it doesn't say which movie it is. I wish they did. He decides that God has spoken to him and said that he needs to make a movie that will blow away all of Hollywood and show the true power of God. And
oh my gosh.
And bring glory to God through this movie. So
got it.
So he sells his house. He moves in with his mom to fund this movie.
All right.
Which at least I can appreciate the fact that he's not like a Righteous Gemstones type person who's like
give me money to make this
taking
movie.
all the money and embezzling it. I'm sure there's probably some of that too, but in all reality, it's more incompetence than embezzlement, I think.
Yeah.
Because every person that's in charge of making this movie are either members of the church, people they got for free from Craigslist, or his family members.
Okay.
So like his daughter is doing the art direction. His wife and his other daughter are doing the costumes. All the people within the church that are all burnouts and like former druggies and acid heads and stuff are doing props and things like that and set design. And it's billed as the 10 Commandments crossed with Star Wars.
Oh, okay.
And
The movie he's making.
The movie's making is called Gravity: The Shadow of Joseph.
Oh, a shadow of me.
so
Yeah, that's right.
Shadow of me.
And probably every 5 to 10 minutes, you hear a line that is delivered with 100% seriousness that is one of the most insane things I've ever heard. Like, if you're making an indie movie, and it's even funnier too if you have any semblance of what it takes to make any film, even a short film, even a low budget film, nonetheless a feature film that is supposedly going to be blowing the doors off of James Cameron and George Lucas and all this stuff, because that's what they say in it.
Yeah.
He says, "What if you're going to shoot like an entry level movie in 2004? What type of video do you think you would film it on?
Like the format?
Yeah, what format?
Probably like an HD cam or like a tape
It could be a
camcorder.
Yeah, it could be some sort of digital camcorder, or like maybe if you could do it on film, it'd be a, I don't know,
60 mil,
yes,
or 8 mil,
something small format."
Yeah.
He says, "We only want the best, so we're going to film on 70 millimeter
What?
IMAX film." And not only that,
Where does he get access to that?
he bought it. He just bought it
Oh my god.
with all his congregation's money.
Jesus Christ.
So not only that, he's like, "Well, we got the cinematographer. He tried to talk us into shooting on 24 frames per second, just like everyone in Hollywood does." And we said, "If we're just going to do it like everybody else, why are we even doing it?"
Oh my gosh.
So we're going to shoot it on 60 frames per second. So they're filming 70 millimeter, 60 frames per second. Which I don't even know if it's true. At some point, when the cinematographer says that, or the camera operator is saying they're shooting on 65 millimeter,
Yeah.
60 frames a second. Either way, that's insane.
Yes.
Real film, large
Yeah,
format
that's-
real film, 60 frames a second. So the pastor says, we're shooting on 70 millimeter, 60 frames per second. Every second we're rolling is a tremendous cost to the church.
Yes.
But hey, that's God's plan.
That's God's plan.
And everything that
He was
goes
on a mission to God.
everything that goes wrong in this, it's a God's plan. It's God's plan. Don't worry. God will help us. God will save us. And it's
in
not,
his hands.
And it's not like they're trying to do something simple. The first shoot is in Italy. They fly their fucking production, their church, to
God.
Italy. And it's all supernatural sci-fi. So they're like, we need to have animals that people have never seen before in this. So we invented this animal called a desert drask. Kind of looks like a lizard, but different, And then it cuts to them having this discussion about, well, this shot has to open up on the space chinchilla. Do we get that yet? And the guy goes, "Yeah, we talked to the Italian zoo. We're going to see if we can borrow some of them." You're like, it's fucking insane.
Yeah,
Absolutely. And
it's
then
crazy.
they hire some actual real professionals, and they don't listen to them at all. Like the one guy's just like, you need to get there like 5 days early so you can set up, because if you're only going to leave yourself with 2 days of shooting, things go wrong. A season cast and a season production, things go wrong. This is your first production. Well, we already booked the tickets, so we're just going to have to make it work. God's will. Every time they change the script, they pray on it. And they change the script literally up to the second before they start rolling the first scene.
That's awesome.
They spend they're in Italy for 5 days for the first day of shooting, and they spend one of those days, the full day from sun up to sundown, building this like stone fire pit for the center of town, supposedly, and these little stone towers that are like flat rocks. And at one point, the director goes, "You think they could be able to get that done in time before we start shooting?" And the guy's like 2 hours tops, maybe. These guys are good. Smash cut 12 hours later, they're still disassembling it to rebuild it again.
Oh my God.
It's so insane. And it's at some point when they come back to the States, they they rent out Treasure Island, the giant building out there that's on Treasure Island in San Francisco. They rent it from the city. It's like $17,000 a month rent. And there's nothing in there. It's a fucking gigantic empty building. And they're using like some of the offices, and they're like, look at us. We're big time. And we're like, at one point, he sits in a room with all these people in the congregation when he's basically begging them for money.
I need more money.
And he's like, they said it was crazy that we could have done this. It's been 4 years. I saw some guy that said, you're still doing that. I thought you would have given up a long time ago. But this is God's will. You know what I'm looking at right now? I'm looking at the future of the producers in Hollywood and television right in this room. Every one of you are going to be famous producers because of this. After this movie comes out, you're all going to be rich and famous. Oh, man. And you're like, what a scumbag.
It's like the longest con ever.
And me and Brianna were talking about this as we're watching it. And I'm like, she's like, do you think he believes that or he's just a shyster? And I'm like, I think this guy actually believes it. I think he's that dumb.
Well, because he's using the money to make the movie. He's not
Correct.
like he's not using the money for anything else.
They're living in squalor. So,
Yeah.
I have to believe that he truly believes it. Whereas to, Danny McBride and the Righteous Gemstones just wants to get the money so he can buy another, gold-plated Cadillac or something like that.
Yeah.
So this, I'll put the link in the show notes for this, An Audience of Ones from 2007. I thank you so much to Joseph Bridges for this, because on the Letterboxd, it only has 460 people even logged this movie.
Oh, the documentary?
Yeah.
It feels like a wild, fun watch.
It's really fun.
Someone's filming the making of this the whole time.
Unprecedented access. They have footage in the church when he's doing like sermons and stuff. Oh, and they're Pentecostal, so they speak in tongues.
Oh, God.
So he's got access to them in a prayer circle where they're all, and they're all speaking in tongues. And Brianna's like, what are they doing? I'm like, that's what they believe. They believe that they're channeling the Spirit of God into their
Holy Spirit is working its way through them.
Yeah, God is giving them a message that their human voice cannot comprehend, and that's what comes out. It's so cringy. So
wow,
it's like a mixture of Jesus Camp and
In the Room,
American movie.
Yeah,
specifically American, because he's trying to make a movie the whole fucking time.
And there's a guy in there who's probably about 55, 60 years old that it looks like, it reminds me of, if Tyler grew up in San Francisco and then 30 years from now we're looking at his future.
Oh no.
Oh no.
And he's one of the main characters, and they interview him a few times. And he's like, man, I always wanted to be in the movies. I always wanted to be an actor. But then I got into warehouse work and forklift driving and construction. And I just thought, that's never going to happen. But then I answered this Craigslist ad to be a actor in their church play. And they said, man, you got it. You got like the face or something. Look at me. I'm a fucking actor. I'm acting in this movie.
Look at me. I'm an actor.
I know. And he's so excited to just be in Italy. And he's the most bizarre character. And they're like hanging the whole movie on this guy who's clearly on another planet. It's so funny. So anyways.
Audience of one.
Audience of one. And they say that because they're saying, we're not making this for Hollywood. We're not making this for the audience. We're making this for an audience of one, for God.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So everything we do, we have to do to please him.
So who put together the documentary? Did they put it together to like showcase it like that? Like him as
it's taking the piss. Like it's not favorable, the documentary.
Okay.
It's to show the absurdity. And this was a famous thing that was happening because it was like it made the local newspaper. Mm-hmm. It was going on for years. And then when they leased out the Treasure Island building, it even made even bigger news. They're like, oh yeah, this. And this production company is called What You See Is What You Get Production. WYSIWYG Production.
Okay.
Christian WYSIWYG Productions is what they call it, actually.
WYSIWYG.
WYSIWYG. Yeah. What you see is what you get. And the WYSIWYG way on set is you don't drink, you don't smoke, you don't have sex. So when they hire these people off Craigslist, and the one guy goes, yeah, they didn't tell me about the WYSIWYG way before I signed up. So like, I'm not allowed to drink when I'm on set. Can't smoke either. And he's got a cigarette in his hand. He's like, I probably wouldn't have taken the job if I knew about that, but I'm here, so I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Anyways, watch that. It's a fucking phenomenal documentary.
Oh man, that sounds like a great time.
It's really, and it's actually built, it's like made well too.
Okay.
So anyways, anything else, guys?
I ain't got nothing.
All right. So thank you to our cool ass yard duties over on Patreon. That's Javier, Heather, Michael and Chris. If you want to support us on the Patreon, you can do so too at patreon.com/middleclassfilmclass. Or you can just watch the live stream, watch the videos after the fact, or just spread the news. Tell a friend or family member, somebody that you know that likes movies, likes hearing people talk about movies, or just likes laughing, I guess.
Likes listening to things. I don't know.
Yeah, people with ears and eyes and expendable time you can actually spend watching stuff.
Recommend this to someone who hates movies.
Hey, that's a good idea. New market.
Yeah.
All right, until next time. Thank you for joining us as we gab and chatter. Joseph rips us apart with new trivia, and we talk about streaming picks. Follow us later on in the week, or later on today if you're on the live stream, as we review The Blues Brothers, our Patreon pick for Car Chase May. Follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/MCFC podcast, and to send us an email, mcfcpodcast@gmail.com.
And follow us on Instagram at Middle Class Film Class.
And on TikTok at Middle Class Film Class, and on Twitter at Podcast MCFC.
All right. If you're live stream, stick around. We'll be right back. If not, we'll see you later.
See ya.
See ya.
Oh, it's time for class.
Class is in session!
Roll call.
Bueller?
I'm gonna be late for class.
Bueller? Am I hallucinating here? Just what in the hell do you think you're doing?
Late for class.
You are mine now. You belong to me.
Did you study for the test?
No more complaining. No more Mr. Kim left to go to the bathroom. Nothing. There is no bathroom.
Hello, classmates, and welcome to another episode of Middle Class Film Class. I'm your host for today, Pete.
I'm Tyler.
And I'm Joseph.
And today we're closing out the month of Car Chase May with our pick from the classmates. Patreon members this week chose Blues Brothers.
We got a full tank of gas, half a pack of cigarettes, it's dark, and we're wearing sunglasses.
They want $5,000.
Guess you're really up shit creek.
Are you the police?
No, ma'am. We're musicians.
Don't you guys ever wear blue jeans or jumpsuits like Wayne Cochran and the CC Riders?
We're on a mission from God.
Good to see you, sweetheart.
You contemptible pig. How much for the women?
I'm gonna catch that sucker.
Excuse me. See two guys coming here, black suits, black hats.
Sit him down there.
Thank you.
Oh, please don't kill us. You know I love you, baby. Let's go.
All right. Blues Brothers from 1980. This is directed by John Landis before he was shamed out of Hollywood. Written by Dan Aykroyd and John Landis, starring John Belushi, Dan Aykroyd, and a assortment of actual famous musicians like Cab Calloway, Shaka Khan, James Brown,
Aretha
Franklin, Ray Charles, and the rest. Also starring Carrie Fisher, a little of John Candy, and Frank Oz in there for a hot second. Yeah, as the corrections officer. So this is our Patreon pick from Car Chase May. It was at this time last week, I put the post out at the beginning of May. What movie do the Patreon want to see? And it's everybody. It's all levels of Patreon members. Anybody that cares to vote. But really, we only had one of like all these different choices, but no doubles up, no nothing. So I was going to put the post out. And while we were recording live, Angry Otter, a.k.a. Michael, said, I'm changing my vote to Blues Brothers. And then Heather chimed in on the Patreon and said, you know what? I'm okay with Blues Brothers too, which was originally chosen Blues Brothers by my Aunt Linda, one of the classmates. And this is a movie from my childhood that I never saw. I knew of the characters, and I just didn't get it. Like, I didn't get what the point was. It a joke? Were they supposed to be funny? Were they supposed to be actually like good performers? Like, what is the point? I never got it at all, so I just never went into it. And it was a spinoff from Saturday Night Live, not because they were Saturday Night Live like sketch characters, but they were the Blues Brothers themselves. Dan Aykroyd and John Belushi were performers on Saturday Night Live as the musical guests.
Oh, really? Yeah.
So they started basically. They're like, oh, it's Steve Martin's the host, and the Blues Brothers are the guest, and it was all the people from the movie performing on Saturday Night Live live.
Yeah.
John Belushi singing, Dan Aykroyd doing backups and playing harmonica. And then all these other guitar players and bass players and all this kind of stuff actually playing.
So they were a legit band.
Correct.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and the kind of the history behind it originally was that Dan Aykroyd was part of the original Saturday Night Live cast. My favorite of his was the Bass-O-Matic blender. It was like a infomercial, late night infomercial, like a Ron Popeil type thing. But he was a quick talking Chicago businessman who was selling the Bass-O-Matic, who could, debone and blend a bass in 2 seconds flat or 10 seconds flat. And he'd put a whole bass into this blender and blend it live on TV, and then pour a cup out and someone would drink it. And that's fantastic. No, that's terrific bass.
That's horrible.
Yeah, and you could see where the cut was, where the cut. It was but it's so funny, and he's a really fast talking, great performer and writer. In this, though, as Elwood Blues, he is just quiet, unassuming, and cool. Where that's both of the Blues Brothers. So back then, when the Saturday Night Live originally started, Dan Aykroyd rented out a blues band, a blues club that was called the Holland Tunnel Blues Bar. And he rented it out, and after the shows, a lot of times it was customary for people to go back as the after party and go to his blues club. And he filled the jukebox full of songs from Sam and Dave, the Viletones, and other bands, a lot of blues stuff. Belushi bought an amplifier and kept some of the musical instruments there for anyone who wanted to jam. And it was at that bar that Dan Aykroyd and Ron Gwynn wrote and developed the story, which he eventually turned into the draft for the Blues Brothers movie. And it was originally supposed to be 2 movies. It was like 300 pages long.
Damn.
Yeah, over the original script. And as a joke, he bound it with the front page on the front of a Yellow Pages book and handed it in, because it was a joke that was so long.
Yeah.
It was also at that bar that he introduced John Belushi to the blues. And what turned out to just be this fun thing turned into this fascination. And then before long, the two of them were singing local blues bands and local joints together. So jokingly, the SNL band leader, Howard Shore, suggested they call themselves the Blues Brothers. And
Howard Shore?
Yeah, Howard Shore.
The Howard Shore.
Wow. Yeah, he was like the head of the band. So in April 1988, Howard Shore gave an interview to the Chicago Sun-Times, and Aykroyd said that the Blues Brothers act borrowed from Sam and Dave and others, and the Sun-Times quoted him as explaining, well, obviously the duo thing and the dancing, but the hats came from John Lee Hooker, who was featured in the movie as the guitarist. The suits came from the concept that when you were a jazz player in the 40s and 50s and 60s, to look straight, you had to wear a suit. So the band was modeled in part on Dan Aykroyd's experience with Downchild Blues Band, one of the first professional blues bands in Canada, with whom Aykroyd played on occasion as a young man.
Oh.
So he was a musician also in his young days. So then around the 1970s, he went to Ottawa, Ontario, Canada, where he lost interest in the blues, gained interest in the blues, and it developed into occasionally performing and attending Ottawa's Lee Hebo Coffee House, which is basically a straight-up blues coffee house. So the dude's got cred, but he was known as a comedian. So when the Blues Brothers came out as the movie, it was kind of like, what is it? Are these known characters? And they had like this whole aura and mythos behind the characters, which I thought was already established, but it wasn't. It was just this band that played on SNL, and then all of a sudden they made a movie, and they're like, where's the old Bluesmobile? Well, I don't know. I don't know if there ever was an original Bluesmobile, to be honest.
Yeah, we kind of start like in the middle of their sort of story.
He got out 3 years in the pen, gets out, which looks like he's being released from heaven with the huge backlight behind that giant gate.
Yeah.
So I was really honestly going into this 100% blind. I did a fair amount of research to look into it because it seems to be a beloved movie that made almost no money in the theaters and only later became a cult classic. And to be honest, they're some of the more recognizable characters from that generation, I think.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
All that being said, first time watch for both of you guys?
Yep.
No, not for me.
Tyler, you seen it before?
Mm-hmm.
All right, why don't you give us your opinion?
Yeah, upon second viewing, I still don't like this movie.
Okay, not a fan.
Not a fan at all. I just do not get the appeal. The lore behind it's interesting.
Mm-hmm. All the lore I just said.
Yeah, that's an interesting aspect of the movie, but the movie itself, I don't like it. And and on top of that, for history of middle class film class, I don't like musicals. So I'm not surprised that going into this movie I wouldn't like it because it's a musical. So yeah, I mean, and I thought there was some genuinely well written comedic like lines in the way that they made some of the comedy. They made it work, but yeah, I just not a fan. Not a fan.
Give us some like some of the highlights.
Give us something you do like about it.
Well,
You said there's some well-written lines or like scenarios. What was good?
okay, so one, the car chase scene. Like, well, there's
First one or
multiple-
second
There's multiple ones, but
Yeah.
I liked the second one because you're in it when you're watching it. Like the action sequence is genuinely very entertaining action, but like from an objective point of view, it's fucking ridiculous.
It's a comedy.
I know, but I mean, I was like watching it and I was like, wow, this is a pretty good car chasing. But then as more cars keep getting added to the chase, I'm just sitting there like, God damn it.
So that was good. You like that?
Yeah,
Okay,
I really like that. And then, yeah, the sewer scene with Carrie Fisher.
Carrie Fisher,
That was a really well executed.
the most beloved Leia.
I can't imagine what the Coke budget was for this movie.
Actually, there was a Coke budget.
There was.
Yes, they budgeted that into it, and most of it went to Belushi.
Yeah, I figured as much.
There's a lot of good trivia on this.
Yeah, and I think the story, like, get from point A to point B or point A to the end, was really funny in of itself. They need $5,000 to keep the orphanage that they were raised.
Which doesn't seem like that much.
It really doesn't.
No, it doesn't.
Which he says, "I'll get that tonight."
Yeah.
She's like, "I don't want your blood money."
And I thought it was just kind of, I mean, it's just funny because, yeah, like Joseph said, it's like only $5,000. Like they couldn't muster up $5,000. And so they go on this like...
You don't have $5,000 you could give her.
Tyler, you don't have do you have $5,000 you could muster up overnight?
Overnight?
Yeah.
You gotta pull some strings, but I think I can make it happen.
Holy shit. I wanted to look up the inflation of it. I just typed in 5,000 and Google autofilled $5,000 in 1980.
AI.
How did it know?
AI.
$14,400 roughly.
Oh, okay. So today.
Well, yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot.
Enough for Tyler to murder somebody.
Yeah.
I need $14,000. All right, go kill that person. Done and done.
Done and done, sir. Yes, sir.
So yeah, I mean, like it has like all the hallmarks of like a well-written comedy. It's just the aspect of it being a musical really takes it out for.
Is it a musical?
I mean, they have a bunch of musical numbers in it. So
Is Oh Brother We're Out There a musical?
I don't know.
Kind of.
It's a musical movie.
I mean,
is it a musical?
The only thing that would make me say that it is a musical is because of the sirens.
The sirens?
Mm-hmm.
The sirens who's singing to them.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's that scene alone, because like everything else, they're just performing live music for people.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
it's like a musical, like a music biopic is a musical.
I think my favorite comedic.
I don't think so.
My favorite.
But I think it's potato. Honestly, it could be either way.
But anyways, I wasn't a fan of it. My favorite scene was Ray Charles shooting at the kid in the music shop.
It's a damn shame. Yeah, that's pretty good.
So yeah, it was.
Okay.
Yeah, overall.
What, the first time you watched it, how long ago?
I was like 14.
Okay, so
And
high school.
When I remember specifically when I watched it for the first time, I was indifferent to it. Like,
Okay, that's what I was gonna ask.
I did not like it or hate it. I just was like, kind of like, I watched it at a friend's house because he was obsessed with it, and I was like, okay, it was an okay movie, I guess. I don't know, but then upon a second watching, I was like, I don't like this movie. I won't watch this again.
All right, that's fair. Joseph.
So I kind of like had a similar viewpoint on UP and like going into this movie where I didn't really know much about it. I knew of them.
Yeah.
But I didn't really get what they were.
What's the point?
I went into it thinking that they were like vigilantes or something.
Oh, interesting.
Like they were like the police or something.
Oh, okay. Like detectives or something.
Yeah, something like that. And and they also did music.
Okay. That story's got legs.
Yeah.
I've been watching too much. I think you should leave. And so there's one sketch where he used the Blues Brother music in it, and that's the first time I heard that song.
Oh, really?
That's that dun dun dun.
Yeah.
Dun dun dun. Tim Robinson puts on a hat and glasses, and he's He's dancing in front of a dog.
Yeah, okay. As you do.
Yeah. And so when I heard it in this movie, I was like, oh, it's this one. It's this one. And I couldn't like get that show out of my mind.
Yeah.
But I knew it was an SNL based thing.
Yeah.
I thought it was like a sketch on SNL, like you as well. And overall, I thought it was pretty good. The musical aspect didn't really take me out because I like musicals, but I wouldn't say that I like this musical necessarily. What I did expect it to be, being an SNL movie, I thought it was going to be way sillier.
Yeah.
Like Police Academy or something. And the car chase sequence actually felt like it was pulled out of like another movie.
Yeah.
Because it was really well done, and then they just added a sort of comedic twist to it by just adding a bunch of other cars. The first one through the mall was really good. Well shot. It felt real. Like it felt like fucking Bruce Willis driving through Central Park.
Yeah.
Shot well, like shooting from like cars drifting and then attaching the camera to the car. A lot of shots like that kind of remind me of French Connection a little bit. And
the second chase definitely felt like French Connection.
Yeah. And it was all really well, like entertaining, and like it was very action heavy for a comedy like this, and jumping cars into trucks and destroying things, and very destructive
cars spinning on their roof.
Yeah, like the cop cars flipping and like doing barrel rolls and stuff. Like it was, the action budget and whatever it was they had for that was really like it felt like really well produced. It didn't feel schlocky. Like they didn't speed up, like they sped up the footage in post to make it like look faster. It felt real, and it was like intense for being surrounded by like being such like a comedic movie.
Yeah.
But like the shtick of the Blues Brothers, I didn't really like so much. I don't know what it was, just because like I guess I just don't know who they're supposed to be. They like these Are they supposed to be actually cool guys or just like wannabe cool guys?
Yeah. That's exactly how I felt about it, to be honest, when I first started watching it.
And I wasn't sure what to take from them, but they were kind of like playing into like we're wannabe cool guys because they would never take the glasses or the hats off. So it was like that was.
But isn't that the coolest thing you can do? I literally never get out of that suit or glasses or hat.
I think that is the joke, though. I think that's the joke, that because they were in that sauna with still the hat and the glasses, and even in prison where they take everything from you, but they let him keep the hat and glasses. Although when he's leaving prison, he doesn't have the hat and glasses, so that doesn't make any sense.
They have to give it to him in prison. It's the only time he gets taken away from him. Funny scene, by the way.
There was a lot of great actual like filmmaking, especially in the beginning when he's leaving the prison. There's like this tracking shot underneath as he's walking.
Yeah.
Which I thought was really cool. But it was a solidly made movie for an SNL comedy.
This is the movie that John Landis made right before An American Werewolf in London.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He did Animal House and then Kentucky Fried Movie, then Animal House, then this.
Oh, I forgot he did Kentucky Fried Movie. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I thought it was enjoyable for sure. But just not as the car chase sequence was really cool. But the movie around it was not as fun to me as the car chase sequences.
Yeah,
I think the comedy was just like sort of dated, but there were some good moments.
Dated, still did.
The cameos of Aretha Franklin and Ray Charles and was pretty well placed. I'm like, damn, they got these. Like,
what a cast.
These like high profile singers,
real blues singers.
I mean, Ray Charles at the time, he was kind of already like a little bit older at that point, and
he was on his way out.
He was like almost like a Stan Lee type cameo, where, and then Aretha Franklin being there. I mean, I don't know where she was in her stardom at that point, but it was really interesting. And the musical part of it, I was like, I guess it fit within the movie, being them being musicians and then the musical numbers, but it didn't really bother me that much. But I also like musicals, so.
So Aretha Franklin released R-E-S-P-E-C-T, Respect, in 1967. And this is 1980. and she released the song "Freedom" in 1968. So like the next year.
Oh, okay.
So she kind of like blew up, and then
So they kind of perform their own songs in these movies.
Mm-hmm. And I don't know, honestly.
For a moment, I was like, did they make the song for this movie?
Yeah. So I'll get into that in a second.
But yeah, overall it was pretty good, and then the car chase sequence was really good.
Yeah. What do you think it stacks up in your car chase pantheon? As because it's not like this is not a car chase scene that is like as impressive, but it does have some merit.
But it's a result of sort of other movies.
But is it? For me, they were very entertaining, the car chasing.
Yeah.
Yeah. What did we watch? We watched French Connection, Bullet,
Ronin.
Bullet. I mean, it would be kind of like I like Bullet the most, I think.
I think so too, yeah.
And then Ronin, and then I think maybe this, and then French Connection.
Yeah.
Just because like I had more fun watching this as opposed to like French Connection's chasing.
Yeah.
There was just more involved.
Yeah,
I think.
yeah.
Literally more cars involved. Which I thought was like, I've seen in movies like car chase sequences, like non-comedy movies where there's a bunch of
collisions,
cops.
Yeah.
A bunch of cops chasing. I'm like, is that productive? Is that, what's the point of having, you already have one cop chasing.
Get like 5 at most.
Yeah. I mean, you have the infamous like OJ car chase, and where it's like there's a bunch of cops behind him.
You don't need it.
They're chasing the Bronco.
Have somebody go ahead of them.
Yeah.
Build a barrier, why don't you?
And they have a helicopter following the car. So
I don't understood why don't they just land the helicopter on the freeway?
Top of it.
On the freeway. So he's like, you have to crash into the helicopter.
Yeah.
I mean,
they just won't do that.
It's kind of a risky move, I think.
Yeah, sure.
Probably. Got to land pretty quick.
Car chase is a risk.
And helicopters.
They started the risk.
Don't really land that quickly unless you're crashing.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Okay, so first time watch for me. And again, I'm going to, just like with Bullet, I'm going to break it into 2 parts. My review is the movie in itself, the story, how enjoyable it was, the writing, the direction, all that kind of stuff, and then the car chasing. So I still, even after watching the movie, like I liked it overall. Thought it was good. I thought the parts were supposed to be funny were kind of funny, but not like uproarious. I did get a couple laughs, but most of my deep belly laughs came from the car chase scenes and just the non-stop carnage.
Yeah.
103 cars were wrecked during the filming of this movie, which was at the time was a record. It was beaten 2 years later by a movie called The Junk Man, which was 150 cars.
The Junk Man.
And then Matrix 2, Matrix Reloaded, beat it, wrecking over 300 cars for the freeway chasing.
Damn.
Yeah. So I didn't know what the Blues Brothers were, what their shtick was going into the movie, and I still honestly don't know. You know, they say that they're these like basically like a blues performance, and that everyone is like ripping their shirts off, their clothes off to go watch the Blues Brothers, you know, perform live. But like John Belushi is a charismatic guy and a good enough singer, but not to the extent where it's like I would want to go see him live. You know what I mean? It doesn't seem like something that I would go out of my way to say, oh, this guy's an accomplished dude. He's like, or him and his brother playing the harmonica at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
What I do think they do have is a very, very good look and a very cool like oeuvre to themselves, like this whole like aura that they have. And I think that is very, very important and almost just as important as being talented in like live performance. So, you know, the Gorillaz make good music. Why do people go see the Gorillaz live?
The Gorillaz? Who are the Gorillaz?
The band, the
Gorillaz.
No, it's just called Gorillaz, I thought.
Whatever. Gorillaz, yeah.
Okay. I thought you were talking about something else.
Why do people say see Gorillaz live?
Yeah.
There's real humans there, but you don't see them. Yeah. They're digital renderings of these characters.
Yeah.
Well, they used to be anyway.
Yeah. But I don't ever think they even show themselves when they're performing live. I've seen them
they do now, for sure.
Oh, do they?
Yeah, they do.
Okay, the last time I saw them like a live performance, it was in like a four square, and you could see their silhouette behind colored, sheets in the front.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they're still performing the music live.
Correct.
But you just don't see them.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like going to see like I don't know, like at Dead Mouse or something live.
Sure, and I understand the EDM or the dubstep equivalent to something like that is, you know, you watch a guy basically press play on a song that he already produced. Got it. But the
not just pressing play, man.
Sure it is.
No, it isn't.
I'm sure you can riff on the buttons and boo 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 boo.
Yeah.
Look, Skrillex. But even if it was just pressing play, I'm sure it's more than that. You have this like
and pause,
insane like sound system that you're surrounded by, and you're like in the environment with all the people around you and all that kind of stuff, you know. So you know, the whole live performance part of it, that's great. But they're playing all these standard songs, which are like versions. There's a couple originals, but they're basically playing standards, covers from Cab Calloway, covers from Sam and Dave, covers from whoever else it is that they're basically just playing these, like almost like a jazz band. You will go watch a jazz band now, you might hear some originals, but you're also going to hear Caravan and Round Midnight and you know, all these classics that are, you know, Whiplash.
That's the thing about jazz.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's why it's a standard. It's just like it's accepted that you're going to do that. Big bands play this very similar sort of, you know, swinging stuff and ragtime or whatever.
Yeah.
But so why the Blues Brothers? And when it was all said and done, you know, I was watching them go through this whole thing. You don't hear them really play or sing once until they get to that cowboy band or that cowboy bar, which was a great scene, I think. Super fun. But they're not playing their own songs. So you're like, okay, well, when can I actually see them? I want to see their performance. I want to see the magic that is the Blues Brothers. And you get to this like charity performance at the end that they're going to make all this money and all this stuff. And they sing one song, and I'm like, all right, it's good. Pretty good.
It was 1980.
I like it.
Standards were low.
Yeah. And they're more performers than they are anything, because they're just dancing and jumping around and doing all these goofy dances and stuff. And I'm like, that's the goofy part of them, the way that you know it's kind of a not 100% serious. But it's more about the band than it is the two guys in front. So have you ever heard of a band called St. Paul and the Broken Bones? No? The guy who's the lead singer of that band, I'll find it later once we get into it, and I'll play one of the songs. He's about John Belushi size. He's a big fella, and he's got a absolutely phenomenal voice. He sounds like a one
angel,
one of the greats of soul music. So good. And it's like I can see going to to see Cab Calloway or John Lee Lewis or one of these, or you know, B.B. King or anybody who is a raw talent, and say, I want to see this guy perform or this girl sing or this guy sing or whatever. And the Blues Brothers, I don't get any of that. So all that aside, so I lose a little bit of a point because of that. I don't feel like what they were going for didn't land for me. But the movie itself was still fun, had some good direction, had a clear A to B. It was a nice like road trip sort of thing. And I liked that they were mysterious and they didn't give you everything.
Has sort of a Muppets plot line.
Yeah, very similar to Muppets. But like the stuff that they don't explain, it's like 4 whole chickens fried, and
the lore.
Yeah, and like dry white bread, no water, dry toasted white bread or whatever.
That's Ellison and Jake.
Yeah. So I liked that. I thought that was really cool, and I liked that they give you the lore of the being brought up in the orphanage, and that she's mystical in some way because she like floats back into the room. And it's like a horror the whole time. She go up the stairs, and this huge crucifix is like leaned up against the wall, and you're like, this does not look good.
Yeah.
John Belushi actually rolled down those stairs on that desk himself. That was him.
Oh, really?
Not a stunt person. He fucked his back up on like the first day of shooting. He was on painkillers and a back brace the rest of the performance, and cocaine. So anyway, so all that good enough for the movie. It kind of reminded me of Strange Brew a little bit. But the car chase were glorious. So fucking fun. I laughed my ass off the entire time. The editing in the car chase scenes, it could have deserved its own Oscar. Because it's like they take a corner, the cop cars crashed in the corner, and then just an onslaught of cop cars continue to come. And they come, and they come, and they come.
And they what?
There you go. And they come, and they come, and they keep coming. And it's like At one point, one of the cars slides into screen. He's already on its roof.
Yeah.
And then he's like, I remember the chase scene near the beginning of the second chase scene when he's like, I need to stop for gas. And he just immediately drives through the barrier and the cop cars go try to follow him and they just all roll down the hill.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so fucking funny. It's so funny to me. And the destruction that they have going through the mall is unbridled. And they're cool and calm and collected. They're like, oh, look, the new Oldsmobiles are coming out this year a little early. Mm-hmm. Crash in the next place.
Yeah.
Oh, sushi and disco pants. Interesting. We got everything here. Go off to the next place. And then the final scene where they're driving under the elevated train, which is just like French Connection, but this is set in Chicago. They actually drove those cars 120 miles an hour through the real city streets.
God damn.
And they did it. They got permission to do it, and they did the one take. And they said it looked so fake because there was no point of reference for that scene and also them driving really, really fast through the mall that they said, we got to do a second take with extras in there.
Oh,
so
the bikes and the cars.
All
and
that shit. So they put them in because they said it looked like they sped up the footage because they're going so fast.
Yeah.
And when you see them pegging it to 120, they were really doing that. Imagine a blowout at 120 miles an hour in that old piece of shit Dodge Polara smashing into the risers, the structure of this elevated. It could rip that car in half,
or another car,
or kill someone. The stunt drivers, So it was so funny. But seeing the visual of like 40 cop cars all crash together, and then they all get out at the same time, like NPCs on Grand Theft Auto, and just start firing away. You're like, this is so ridiculous, and I just loved it. So that increased my enjoyment for the movie like a ton. I really, really had a good time with it. So,
nice.
Any scenes you guys wanted to call out specifically?
The scene where the person asked them, "What are you, cops? Musicians?" I got a cheap laugh out of that, just because it's just like, God damn it! Like it's the delivery was good, but it's just it's so lame. It's so lame. That's why I think I laughed at it because I was disparaging it. I'm just like, Jesus Christ.
Well, they're trying really hard to be cool.
Yeah.
Is it effective though? Were they cool, or were they just trying to be cool?
Are they joking to be cool?
Yeah.
It was like they're trying to be too cool.
Yeah, I mean, I don't get the appeal though. Like, I mean, I think the outfits, they pull them off. Mm-hmm. I think they pull them off really well. Dan Aykroyd doesn't even look like Dan Aykroyd in this movie. You can kind of tell when there's a close up in his face, like his cheek lines, and like the way his chin looks. But from afar, and I actually forgot Dan Aykroyd was in this movie. I thought it was someone else completely different.
Who do you think it was?
I don't know who.
Chevy Chase.
No,
God.
I didn't think it was Chevy Chase, but I thought it was. I forgot that this was an SNL movie, and I forgot that I knew Belushi was in it, but I didn't know Aykroyd was in it. So, but from afar, like, they look cool. And this is why I watched it too, is because my old middle school friend of mine dressed like that to think he was cool. Yeah,
he had a suit.
Yeah,
and the fedora,
the whole thing.
We all went through that weird phase.
And yeah, a lot of people
wear a suit to school.
I've done that.
People made fun of him.
Trick is just don't care. Just let them.
Yeah, I guess. I definitely know that attitude.
So if it wasn't a musical, you would like it more?
Yeah, I think if there was less musical numbers, I would like it more for sure. Because like when they weren't doing the musical numbers, it was like entertaining.
Could you appreciate though actually watching the real Cab Calloway sing "Addy Addy Addy Addy"?
I mean, I guess I can, but
is there the song that you've heard like 1,000 times in Looney Tunes and everywhere else?
Yeah,
and you're like, oh, that's a real song that someone wrote and sang.
Yeah.
I've heard that song. I've heard that song somewhere else.
Yeah,
and then in another movie, but I don't know what.
Society has failed us, our generation, because music like that doesn't exist anymore. It probably does somewhere, but we don't know about it. That and "Oh Yeah" by Yellow.
Yeah, I mean,
oh yeah,
yeah,
oh yeah.
Definitely the ending, the climactic chase scene was funny, only because they were chasing him because Ellison had Elwood had an expired license, and that requires the whole police force to go after
It
them.
wasn't just an expired license. That's what they pulled him over for. He had 54 moving violations and 170 parking tickets.
Exactly. So like it's like that's in of that itself was funny.
Sorry.
That the reason why they had like the whole damn police, the Chicago PD, was over moving violations.
Oh yeah.
I made Brianna sit and listen to this entire song start to finish the other day.
Oh god.
How long is it?
3 minutes.
Oh, okay.
But you're like, how long can this go on?
Copyright?
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean,
What is it about musicals that you don't like?
I don't know.
He doesn't like to enjoy himself.
There's no musical that you do like?
La La Land?
He hasn't watched
I
it.
haven't seen La La
yeah.
Land. I've seen. I think Sweeney Todd would probably rank as my favorite musical, but I don't know why I don't like musicals. It just there's something about them that just turns me off.
Is it the music?
Yeah, I mean,
or is it the fact that they're singing the plot? Or the singing, like, scenes?
I mean, honestly, I can't really give you like a straight answer other than like 'cause I just don't vibe with them.
Or is it the genre of music that they would be singing?
Yeah, that could be it too. I mean, I've never pinpointed a reason why I don't like musicals. I just never enjoyed them. My sisters like them.
This could never happen. You're telling me they all knew that dance?
No, it doesn't.
They all know the choreo. That's like my mom's take on musicals.
Yeah.
No, that I don't.
It's magical. Also, speaking of magical, there was a subplot where, you know, when they're pulling the car into the really tight parking space in the parking garage?
Yeah.
In the original script, one of the things that Dan Aykroyd wanted is that they explained that they charged the car up in this, like, I don't know if it was a magical charge or some scientific thing, but they basically like supercharged the car while pulling it into this charging bay, and that's how it can do all the things that it does. And John Landis is just like, that's too complicated. We're just gonna say it's magic, because when they almost fall off the overpass at some point, he puts it in reverse and the car flies up over backwards like it's doing a flip. And you're like, how did that happen? But then at the same time, the little Ford Pinto or whatever. Station wagon that the Nazi drives off the cliff.
Yeah.
It's falling from 1,000 feet in the air straight down. Like
it's like there was no cliff nearby.
It's dropped from a helicopter.
Which, did they do that?
Yes.
They dropped a car.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Over a city.
Yeah.
Who the permission, the amount of money? I mean, what went behind that?
A lot.
That's crazy that they're like that they greenlit it. That's the thing that I'm that I want to know.
Let's see here. Permission to film in downtown Chicago was given after John Belushi and Dan Aykroyd offered to donate $50,000 to charity after filming, which equates to $178,000 today.
Damn.
Producers rented the Dixie Square Mall in Harvey, Illinois for the mall chase scene. The mall had been closed down for over a year. So after rumors had spread that the community at the mall was being refurbished, it would be reopened after filming complete. Universal was later sued for $87,000, which is $300,000 in inflation, for failure to return the mall to its original condition. They fucking destroyed it and just left it. Damn.
Oh, that's awesome.
Let's see here. When John Landis found out the filming budget was $17.5 million, he half-jokingly said, "I think we've spent that much already." That comes out to about $69 million. Nice.
What? And it didn't do well in the theaters, too.
It did not. At the time, it was one of the most expensive films ever made, costing $30 million.
Damn.
For comparison, Steven Spielberg's film 1941, which was made the last year before that, was $35 million. It was rumored
just below a Spielberg movie.
Yeah, exactly.
A comedy.
Let's see here. Before the filming of the Pinto scene could be filmed, the filmmakers had to get an air unworthiness certificate from the Federal Aviation Administration for the car. This was done by conducting preliminary drop tests to ensure that it would drop like a brick when dropped from great heights.
That's so insane.
It's insane that they did this. They
Yeah.
were very ambitious, and they went through with it.
They did. They really did.
There's some integrity with that.
Yeah, and they got Aretha Franklin and Ray Charles to join in.
Yeah, it was John Lee Lewis, Ray Charles, Cab Calloway, Aretha Franklin, and Shaka Khan. She was the soloist in the. Oh yeah, and James Brown. Yeah, priest James Brown.
Priest.
Sweaty ass James Brown. Yeah. That may be the sweatiest man that's ever lived.
Yeah, I think so.
Let's see here. There's a couple of interesting. They mentioned that they broke my watch. Said at least 3 times during the movie. Each time it's spoken or voiced over by a policeman on the losing end of a car chase with the Blues Brothers. At the 5-minute mark, the broken watch theme starts when Jake's broken watch is returned to him and he's released from prison at the beginning of the film. And then at the shopping mall, and then the rollover in the ditch, and then in the pileup under the elevated train. The original script that the Nazis in Illinois were trying to buy the orphanage and set it up as a new headquarters. Actually, I think that would be a good one. John Wayne's son, Ethan Wayne, was a stunt driver on the film.
Oh.
Interesting. The Italian American community lobbied to make sure that the line "the mafia is out there" is redubbed over as "the mob is out there" when it was shown on television. So they did a redub edit.
Interesting. When I watched this on Apple TV, so I rented it. It said that the theatrical cut on mine.
Interesting. I don't know if there's. I don't read anything about like an extended cut or anything.
It just said I don't know. It said Blues Brothers theatrical cut. So I don't know if that means there's a director's cut.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Also, they did make a second one.
Yeah, Blues Brothers 2000, released in 1998. Confusingly.
Yeah.
Which had John Goodman instead of John Belushi.
Oh, okay.
In it.
Interesting.
Yeah,
because he
Why couldn't they?
he died.
I was
Belushi died 2 years later.
I was gonna say they couldn't.
2 years later. Oh, after this.
After
movie?
this, yeah.
That's crazy.
In the scene when they're in the apartment complex, or is it like the apartment? Every single time it cuts back to the window, the train's going by. There's not one shot of the window where the train's not going by.
Oh, really?
And he says, "How often does a train go by?" He goes, "So often you'll forget about it because it just keeps happening. It never stops."
Yeah, they like destroy. Like when there's a scene where they're like in an apartment.
Oh yeah,
it gets destroyed.
Yeah,
Carrie Fisher destroys the entire building, and they just get up and dust themselves off.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
I like that they were essentially indestructible.
Yeah.
They get blown up in the
they're like cartoons.
Yeah, they get blown up in the payphone booth.
Well, it's funny about that scene specifically is that is they don't even take notice that they just got blown up. They just like get up and just like dust each other off and then just start walking casually like down the street.
I like how she's a mysterious woman. She's in the car and then she's like, that's the Blues Brothers, and then pulls out a fucking rocket launcher. You're like,
right off the bat.
This is like Wile E. Coyote shit.
Yeah,
I know. It's like a Looney Tunes sort of violence.
Yeah, it really is.
I wonder. I feel like this is a movie or a property that could get rebooted / remade. I mean, I know they tried to do it in Blues Brothers 2000. It seems like, but also has Dan Aykroyd still.
Yeah,
and John Goodman. But I'm like, I could see somebody doing it nowadays. There's content there to be made.
I wouldn't be surprised if like just for the fun of it, people who want to
Edgar Wright, Blues Brothers.
Oh wow, that's not bad.
I mean, he already has Baby Driver, which is almost Blues Brothers, except it's just a blues brother.
Supposedly in the Blues Brothers 2000, they ramp up the car chase scene again, and there's even more cars, like cop cars crashing on top of each other.
Nice.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like I remember seeing the scene from there, and they're all driving off of a cliff or something, and they're piling up. It's a literal like a dog pile of cars.
Oh yeah, I feel like
cars.
I feel like I've seen that or something like that in another movie, probably.
The really fun. I really liked the first thing you see about the car when Jake is unhappy about driving the Polara.
Yeah,
and he's like, I don't like this car. No, you don't like it, huh? And they're at the drawbridge, and he just jumps over the drawbridge, and he goes, "All right, it's got some kick, not too bad." But there's so many, like even in the elevated train scene underneath, there's cop cars. They're rolling before they even get to the corner they're supposed to roll on. If you look in the back, you can see the ramp that they build.
Oh, really?
It's like a skate ramp, basically, like a rail.
Yeah.
And they just drive up it and it flips it over. And there's like 3 in a row right over it. Whoop, whoop, whoop. It's so fun.
Yeah.
Really, really loved it. So St. Paul and the Broken Bones, it's the band I mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
Here's that song.
In what content? Wait, what?
So this is an actual like talented singer. He's got a great soulful voice that I'd say.
Oh, has John Belushi build?
White guy John Belushi build. Guy's got actual soul. Sounds like a classic.
But this is a modern.
Yeah, this came out in I think like 10 years ago or something like that.
Okay. Soul music. It's not bad.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, they're good. That's their big single called "Call Me," but they have a bunch of albums, and they're still producing stuff to this day.
Okay.
That has 81 million listens on Spotify.
What about their monthly listeners?
1,200,000.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
a decent following.
Verified artists. Go figure.
Wow.
But yeah, the dude he almost looks like Drew Carey. He's got like horn rim glasses, high and tight. You know, looks like a
Buddy Holly.
Looks like a character from The Far Side. Yeah, so except for he's a big fella. Oh. Anything else you guys wanted to specifically bring up?
No, not really.
Yeah,
I don't have anything that I took from it other than the car chase was like sort of the highlight of the whole thing.
Yeah, I would definitely say.
What was
the funnest?
Oh, it was
part of
Carrie Fisher's like reveal was that she was a bride.
Yeah, he abandoned her. I liked when he was begging for his life, and he throws every excuse in the book.
Yeah.
I got a flat tire. I got held up. There's a friend in town visiting.
Yeah.
I lost all my money.
The wife is a terrible shot, though.
Oh yeah,
I think it was on purpose. The reason why they did that, but like she was like right there. Like
I would have hit it, no problem.
Yeah,
I would have killed that guy for free. Yeah, I don't know. I loved watching the real blues artists and musicians actually sing their shit.
Yeah,
I know that a lot of it was lip synced and added later, but some of it, like John Lee Lewis, the guitarist in the street, they actually recorded that in the street and they just took the actual take from that.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, Aretha Franklin did her set 10 times and they just cut it together because she has choreography and dancing and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And
it's interesting that they have the musicians playing sort of the side roles and then the other people are the musicians. Maybe they're the actual band that were in the blues band.
They were the actual band.
Okay,
yeah.
that makes sense.
All the guys that look like the actual Muppets band.
Yeah.
What do they call that? The Electric Street Band or something like that?
Yeah, something like
What's
that.
the Muppets? What?
Muppets band name.
Grok. What is the Muppet band name? Muppet band name. Dr. Teeth and the Electric Mayhem.
That's Mayhem. It. Dr. Teeth.
That lead singer with the no eyes, with all eyelashes, that one.
Oh, like her eyes are closed. Yeah.
What a babe.
Yeah. What a babe.
Yeah. All right.
If you were to sleep with one Muppet.
Definitely animal. I bet that dude's down for anything. Try to not jerk off while you're watching this movie. All right, you guys want to grade this thing?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
All right, Tyler.
I'll give it a C minus.
Wow, C minus. Dang,
sorry,
really
that's
like it.
Incorrect.
I thought it was just like a little bit below average. What makes the movie is the car chase scenes. The two ones, the one in the mall and then the one
without those two car chase scenes, what would it be?
Without them, yeah, it'd probably be a D.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hear that, listeners? Everyone over the age of 45 right now is coming for you. I hear the pitchfork.
I'm making a lot of enemies at best grade.
All right, so C minus for Tyler. Joseph, what do you grade Blues Brothers?
Like a B plus.
Cool.
Yeah, it was enjoyable. It was a higher budget than I thought it was going into it.
Yeah.
I thought it was like a sort of a cheaply made movie based on like outside like footage, like clips and stuff. They were just low quality clips, I guess. But it was good. It was entertaining, and the car chase sequences were kind of help it a lot. I think.
B plus.
Yeah, so B plus.
All right, I'm gonna go straight B. Yeah, straight B. B's all around. Just for me, because thank you. Because I think for a movie called The Blues Brothers are the least interesting part of it. Mm-hmm. Like the way that they act in the car chase scenes are perfect. Mm-hmm. But unless you have that insanity going on around you, their like cool, calm, and demeanor is, I think, wasted a little bit on the movie. Mm-hmm. Like I want more from them. You know, what's the joke? What's the punch? What's the whatever? What's the hook? Mm-hmm. And I felt like I was left wanting a little bit more from that. But wonderful musical performances and dynamite, hilarious chase scene. Yeah, so funny. I was gut deep belly laughing throughout the entire second chase scene and most of the first one too. So very good. All right, what's next?
The wheel.
1 wheel, 8 slots, 3 hosts. This is the Wheel of Destiny. All right. Car Chase May is done. We have one more week in May, which means we're going to be taking a week off. Maybe?
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you guys can do something, I guess. That's not movie related, but I will not be here.
So in June, we have the 17th, the 14th, the 21st, 28th. So we got 4 Saturdays in June, so we're perfect. We got 4 for there. And the 14th, that's my birthday, Flag Day. Mm-hmm. Also, our dear leader's birthday. Fuck him.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I share a birthday with that cunt. And Boy George.
Hell yeah.
Just focus on the Boy George part, even though I heard Boy George isn't a great human being either.
Who do you share a birthday with? Do you know?
Al Pacino.
Al Pacino?
Yeah.
Cool.
Nice. Macaulay Culkin for me.
Oh, cool. So we'll do next week. Maybe me and Tyler will do something, but Joseph's going to be off to places unknown. Mm-hmm. In Oregon.
Beyond the Pines.
Oh, cool. I don't know.
I don't know.
So now what we have left on the wheel is we've already done.
It's Tyler's.
Yeah, it's gonna
be one of Tyler's.
It's gonna be either or the Patreon.
Or Patreon.
Yeah. So we got the Patreon picks locked in. We have from the Patreon, from the Cool Ass Yard Duties, all the Patreons get to vote on the movie for the month, the 4th movie of the week or 4th movie of the month. But only the Cool Ass Yard Duties get to choose a topic. It'll be the entire month we'll dedicate to it. So they have chosen post-apocalyptic dystopias.
Okay.
And 80s or 90s erotic thrillers.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Erotic thrillers.
And there is a good handful of boner-inducing movies from those two decades. Thank you. So those are the 2 options, or we have Tyler's options, which are horror movies without the, and detective movies.
A genre he doesn't like.
Yeah, detective movies Tyler does not like.
Yeah, I kind of like them.
I think we discovered last week you don't. But that's okay. I have pre-code movies on here. I haven't seen a single one, so I don't know if I'm gonna like
I mean, I did spaghetti westerns as a genre, which I didn't necessarily not like, but I had no interest going into.
Yeah. You want to do the close-up on me so we can see the wheel?
Oh, yeah.
Classmates can see the wheel. All right, so I'm going to spin this one. We might have to spin it a couple times because we have 4 slots left, and there's 8 slots on the wheel. So here we go.
What do we got?
It's detective movies. Ooh. First spin.
Wow.
So the month of June will be Detective June.
Yep.
Cool. Any qualifiers on this, Tyler?
Qualifiers?
Yeah.
Parameters.
Oh,
qualifies as
anything that involves a detective
as a lead role.
As a lead role,
and has to be a lead role.
Yeah, and a case that the detective solves
or doesn't. Sort
solve.
of a mystery detective movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anything off the top of your head?
Oh yeah, you have to give us the movie that you want first. You have to have one.
Chinatown was
Chinatown's
the one
be
I
one?
had in mind.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Roman Polanski. Huh?
He's in it too.
Yeah, Roman Polanski.
He calls Jack Nicholson's character a kitty cat in the movie. Hey, you're a little man, nosy little kitty cat, aren't you?
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, and he cuts his nose. He's the one that cuts his nose.
Yeah.
He cuts his nose.
He has to be bandaged up for the rest of the film.
Yep.
All right, cool. So detective movies, Chinatown, but we're not doing it this week. We're going to do it next week.
Not next week, the week after.
Yeah, not this week and next week. 2 weeks from today.
All right.
All right, cool. And then next month after that, so July is going to be guaranteed. It's going to be
Patreon July.
That's right, Patreon July. Okay, cool. Anything else you guys got?
Nope, that's it.
Nope.
All right, you want to do the 3? So thank you to our cool ass yard duties over on Patreon. That's Javier, Heather, Michael, and Chris. Thank you so much, Heather, for coordinating the Patreon pick for the wheel. Sorry you didn't land on it this month. We got one more month to go.
One more.
Yes.
And then we're back to me.
Yeah, then we're back to, then it was back to
whoever. That's true.
Yeah, we're going to reset the wheel. Basically, everyone's off. And it's all fair game. All 4, the 3 hosts and the Patreon are all been picked.
That's right.
Okay, cool. Until next time. Thank you for joining us as we review Aunt Linda's pick, the Blues Brothers from the Patreon, the class agreed upon. Blues Brothers. It was a lot of fun. Follow us in 2 weeks when we review Chinatown, directed by Roman Polanski. Follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/MCFC podcast, and send us an email, mcfcpodcast@gmail.com.
And follow us on Instagram at Middle Class Film Class.
And on TikTok at Middle Class Film Class, and on Twitter at Podcast MCFC.
All right. Not sure if we're going to be here next Saturday, but if we are, tune in. It'll be something different and something fun. See you next time.
See ya.
See ya.